How's it going, everyone? And welcome to another episode of No Excuses on YouTube.com with your favorite show hosts, Aristill,
Venerian,
and Volacel, and we're here to bring you the latest news and commentary on the video games industry for the week that has been.
Yeah.
I made it to the end of the week intact.
You're
Didn't
not
play any
dead
video
yet.
games.
That's
I made
something.
it to the end of the week. Yeah, not yet, despite the best efforts of basically everybody. But yeah, if you'd like to get involved with the show, you can do so by sending us email at noexcusesvtw@gmail.com. We can follow us on the Twitter at noexcusesvtw, or you can join us in our Discord server and chat with other listeners to the show and to the show hosts anytime you like. You can get there by clicking on the link provided in the show description underneath the show archive on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. We're in the goblet again.
We are.
Starting the show. We have
And,
a shark,
yeah, it's been
a motorcycle, and an Andon.
Yeah, he's a kind of a weird bush monster. So yeah, I got the fishing mount like 5 minutes ago. So I'm quite happy with that. It's a very cool mount.
Yep, I used it.
I feel like it's a little bit inelegant somehow.
Oh yeah, it's as far as sharks go, it's like the most over-designed shark ever. But
It looks
like,
hilarious.
This shark got equipped with all the spare parts God had left on the workshop bench.
yeah,
It looks hilarious when a girl rides on it, because it looks like they're hanging on for dear life.
you do. At least my character
if
looks
you
like
wear-
he's kind of just weighing on top of it.
And
Oh,
if you
dear.
wear something that has a defined skirt or dress,
Yeah,
you can show the
wait,
whole
hang
world.
on a minute. Move around. Why do your legs kick up?
They just do. Because
That's-
I really want to show the world what my mama gave me.
I guess. Where's my character? My character's legs. Oh no, he kind of folds a leg up over the back, but it doesn't kick right up like yours does.
Yeah,
Just trying to avoid falling off, basically.
Yeah. That's really weird. Meanwhile, here's Vol on a bush.
Yeah, so anytime I wear anything with a dress on, the shark shows right up the skirt or the dress.
Yeah. Mind you, there are a few other mounts that do it, and there's a few costumes on men who, yeah, you get some quality pantsuit shots on a giant lion man. Enjoy that.
It's especially funny when you see somebody with usually a female character that's crafted this very nice glamour, but underneath whatever dress or skirt they have, because it's part of the top they're wearing, and they've managed to make whatever pants they're wearing have their top bit disappear because some outfits just work like that. When they get on the shark, an outfit that works totally normally most of the time, you can see right up their skirt.
Yeah. So, as of last week, this is not my house because of that other heretic who stole it. Salty, yes. I'm going to fully admit I am salty. But I have in fact managed at least to put a bid in on another house, which is probably the worst house in the place.
It's not the shed, is it?
No, it's not the shed. Actually, I think the shed might be a step up.
Really?
It's in the ditch.
It's in the ditch. It's kind of... Hang on, actually, I'll teleport over there. It is on the other section, so it's actually over here. Goblin Northwest. Northeast, not west. And then you kind of go up this very narrow stair... Yeah, Behemoth doesn't help. Going right up this narrow staircase here, and it's kind of tucked up here, where your front door is facing that. And then you at least you get a view of the cliff out the back. But yeah, it's kind of the worst.
you just get to see a rock face,
I
basically.
get to see a rock face. And if I suppose if anyone was actually walking along the path into the goblet, I could probably shoot at them. But that's about it.
Yeah, it's a ditch house.
It's a ditch house.
These are usually ones people try and move out of in the goblet. This is the bad section of the goblet where there's nothing cool going on.
Yeah, at
and
least
the
on the
land
plus
is
side, the
just-
market board's like right there.
Yeah, it is one of the market board accessible ones. It's right next to the house with the shed.
Yeah,
The
that's
other
the shed down
section, the other section people try to move out of is on the opposite end. Because the subdivision is rotated 20 or 90 degrees.
Mm.
Or like 120 degrees or something like that. My directions are all messed up, but it's on the other side. I'll show you the other section people try to move out of.
Yeah, we'll go
because
this way.
they don't like it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and move out of that house. If I get it, I'll move out as soon as I can. And hopefully into the same ward as you guys are.
Good luck with that. It takes a long time for houses to come up on the
It's
market.
like 45 days minimum or something like that, isn't it?
Well, okay. My point of reference is off because my point of reference is I was only trying to buy a house while construction was demolition was closed.
Yep.
So my point of reference is bad. The other reason it's going to be hard to get one in 27 is because it's a brand new ward. So everybody just got their house. So you're at minimum 45 days, and everybody is decorated the crap there. Okay, it's down here.
Okay. I've actually lost track of where you are.
Far north side of the map. What's the say the right called?
Oh, you're over there.
Goblet Exchange.
I'll probably just be able to scootle my way over there.
Scootle.
Scootle. On this thing,
Yeah.
it's Scootle. The weird farting seahorse thing.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't like to move up in that upper area you're running behind. Yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
This is the other area people try to move out of because there's just nothing here.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind this place. Like you don't have pool access or direct pool access. It's you kind of go through here and then down a few steps.
Some of these houses are as bland as my one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main area seems to be where all the people, at least in the Goblet, went. Where the normies that just wanted to have a house but not really do anything with it put their house down. They didn't bother exploring the subdivision. They just loaded up different wards and went into the main area because you have to take the Aetheryte to get to the subdivision, so it's a few extra steps.
Yeah.
And they just didn't bother looking there. It seems like because all the people in the subdivisions in the Goblet seem to care more about their house and have more done with it.
Yeah. Thankfully, we still don't have any eyesores over there, and on this side of things, at least, you don't think there's any of the really nasty, horrible ones. There's
No,
whatever these
this
red
one
balloons
got lucky.
are over here, but this is just someone being stupid with balloons.
Well, that's probably also
that's-
because it's the current
That's
Valentine's
the
Day
Valentine's
event.
event. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, the stupid red balloons are there because of Squeenix.
Yeah,
They're in every housing district right
they
now.
are. They're everywhere.
The guy that bought my house, for instance, here just has his Aetheryte down and a vanilla exterior with no work
He's just done
at all.
nothing.
Just like me.
Well, no, he's worse than you. He's just got the default Oasis house.
As you put skin on yours.
Yeah, he at least Fall slapped something that isn't the ugly default Oasis house. There's another ugly default Oasis house.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So anyway,
the people
that's-
in the main areas are way less interested in their houses. It seems like you get the occasional guy that's put in some work, like this pink guy over here, but
Yeah, and then there's one over here who's just put way too many of those shedding trees.
But in the Goblet, you want to be in the subdivision if possible anyway, because if you're in line of sight of the windmills, their shadows will be cast on you the entire day unless you're in the subdivision. If you're in the subdivision, they show up for like 2 hours when it's turning into nighttime and you can barely see them.
So you tend not to notice them.
But in the main area, the shadows from the windmills are so ginormous, you can see them right now even if you come to the pool area. Just they're not at their worst right now in their peak size either. And you just see them strobing the entire district.
Yeah, I can kind of see it from up here actually, because I'm up at the apartments. And even
Yeah.
this close, like, look at that.
Yeah, so everybody wants to get in the subdivision on the Goblet if they actually care about housing. And everybody wants to try and get as close to poolside or either up on the upper street lane up there or in the small little community behind the wall where my house is at. Nobody wants to be in the ditch up by the Grand Exchange or near the edge of where your house is, basically.
I just picked mine purely on the fact that it was located near Ares. That's the only criterion I looked at.
Yeah.
Whoop, right, you can't jump down there. Boo. I'm going to go cut through this person's front yard and kind of jump down here. Whee! Damn! You foiled
Yeah,
me
I
again,
proposed-
invisible walls.
I proposed to Fern that he should totally let you talk Yuval into letting him just be a permanent tenant in your house, and just since you didn't seem very into decorating your house, and just let him have a floor.
Well, I've got a plan. I just haven't got the time to implement it.
Plan, you say? So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how practical it is. I'll have to look at like what actual implements are available to sort of build the things that I want, because some of the things I want, they don't exist in the game, so I have to construct them out of parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably have to float most of them, which means either you'll have to do things that Square Enix is now mad about, or go ask the ABO.
Yes. So yeah, that's housing, and that's honestly, actually, it's a good chunk of my week has been just kind of cruising around Final Fantasy. I haven't done a whole lot more this week.
Just relish it, because not that long ago you didn't have the time for that.
Yep, and in the near-ish future, I could potentially also not have the time for it, but for different reasons.
Yeah. So yeah, Fern's been hanging out with me on Discord a little bit in my evenings, his mornings.
Yeah.
And
But
so usually you'll get off to go to work about 2 hours before I go to bed.
Usually
3 hours.
But
yeah,
mostly this week I've been kind of focusing on getting fishing done, but I've done a little bit of mining as well. Fishing's just very chill.
You did another part that we should talk about in your week, because my week's going to have another game in it.
Okay. We also did treasure maps.
Yes.
The
we tried out.
Excitotron.
Yeah, so me and Abo decided to take a look into the group treasure maps to see if we really put our heads to it. Could we two-man them?
Turns out,
and
yes.
Yeah, they're perfectly two-manable. In fact, 3 men in them makes it a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the dragon skin and the whatever the Stormblood one's called.
There's so many, it's hard to keep track.
The gazelle skin, those are a little rough. So are the Shadowbringers ones. They can be rough sometimes. Yeah. However, the Endwalker ones are a pushover.
Yes. So you can go in there and just beat up a couple of fights and, get trolled by the doors.
Yeah. Now, we got incredibly lucky.
Yes.
We made it all the way to the end of the Hidden Canals equivalent, the Excitotron, whatever.
Yep.
And on the way down, an exciting tonic dropped, which is a new item they added to the Excitotron despite implementing the new dungeon.
Yes.
The new maps into the game.
So you can, in theory anyway, farm the low-level maps for it.
Yeah. So the deal with the exciting tonic is you need 3 of them to get the new giant pink elephant mount.
Which is...
Number 1, it's...
hideous.
Yeah. But it's new.
It is new.
And shiny.
Very shiny.
And because it requires group treasure maps, and it's a mount, people will pay out the wazoo for it.
Uh-huh.
And this means you need 3 exciting tonics, each of which is you can sell on the market board. So they each go for 7 million gil right now.
I managed to catch it, and I sold it for 7.5. Historically, They've gone up as high as 10.
It's going to go down until it probably stabilizes at about 3 or 4 million.
Yeah.
Because eventually, everybody that really wants the mount will have it, and it won't be new anymore.
Yes, and everybody else has taste.
Yeah, not a whole lot of people are going to go out of their way to get the giant pink elephant. They're actually up right now to 8.4. Probably because it's the weekend and supply is just down.
We could probably... let me have a look. We need to go to find a market board.
I've got some maps. Are they cheap right here, or do we have to go? Let me. If you want to do this for the show stuff, let me go to Universalis and figure out which server has the cheapest prices right now.
All right. Well, have a quick look, because that's actually with if you're doing maps right now, that is a great way to make just oodles of cash.
Yeah, the other crap you get is nice, and you get the gil from the chest. Unfortunately, it's the weekend. Which, if there was ever a time to do not buy treasure maps, it's on the weekend, because that's when all the free companies are chilling and doing stuff and going on treasure hunts and whatever, and the map supply gets cut way down, and there is no way to radically increase the map supply in the economy because it's on an 18-hour cooldown.
Yeah.
So how do you get the maps for this particular iteration? farm them?
I don't know because they are so much cheaper than the other maps. I've never bothered because I could go get a leather map instead and sell it for 60, 70k.
Yeah, I think you just-
What's it called so that I know which ones to keep?
Time Worn Kumb Hera skin map.
Yeah, I think you just go and like gather in Thavnir for like 5 minutes and one will drop.
Yeah, it's hang on, I'll just link it to you.
Yeah, there's the new map which I think only drop. No.
Yeah,
Only at the end zone. Whatchamacallit.
let me see how bad they are on our
This one.
market board.
Yeah.
How bad are they on our market board right now? Oh, they're not at their cheapest. They're up to 16k, which is high for them. But
I mean,
they're normally around less than 10,000. But I can afford that. I'll grab 2,
all right.
and then I'll keep one. I'll keep one in the chicken.
All right, I'll come down. I'll come and grab a couple too. So you can pretend, in theory anyway, well, not in theory at all, actually, you can carry up to 3 maps, even though the game says you can only carry 1. And you do that, actually, I'll show you how to do that. We'll go maps. And you go down, you find the map you want, which is Ophio Toro. No, it wasn't. It was Comba. Yeah, that one. Kumbi. I don't know.
The Kumbaya skin.
Kumbaya skin. So you buy one. And that one, oops, I got to get out of here. Unfortunately, you can only do it one at a time, but you go in here and you go to companion saddlebag and you put the map in the chicken. Ignore the mess that my inventory is. I've been fishing.
What I like to... Oh, you might want to take care of that before we go treasure hunting.
Yeah, I need to go invent a
I'm
bunch
full
of
of fish. I had forgotten we just went fishing.
Yeah, I would go find the vendor.
Yeah, we'll do that first.
There's some vendors in my basement if you just need a quick vendor.
Yeah. So Kumbaya map, purchase that, and that's number 2. And that one you store in your brain. So you decipher that one.
Well, it's stored in your key items, but it's a different item ID.
Yeah, so it doesn't count. And that's 2.
And you can, if you come sell your crap at my house, I can show off the new changes I made.
Yeah. And that's 3.
Not,
and the third, you just
not major stuff yet.
Yeah. And the third one, you just keep in your pocket.
Yep. So you smuggle one inside your chicken, keep one bottled map on your person, and unbottle the other one and keep it in your brain, and the TSA is none the wiser.
Yeah. They don't search your brain hole.
Did you say keep it in your chicken? It sounds like you're going to, use a drug smuggling method.
Let's not think
that's
too
how
hard.
I imagined they were. That's how I imagined it.
It's deeply unsanitary.
So this is my basement now. I made some changes.
Yeah,
See this light on the wall?
So this is your upstairs where you've you seem to be going for a world record in a house that makes you need to pee.
Yeah, it's actually making me a little dizzy. There's so much movement in here.
It's
It'll
come down here,
upstairs is just got the partitions and stuff that I'm going to only use pieces of around.
Yeah.
I think you might have got a little bit overboard. It's like a permanent raven there.
It's just they're just put on the ground up here because I just wanted them out to see how many I had. I need more of the stupid Verton partitions.
Yeah. So I've been deep sea fishing, so all these fish, there's a couple that might settle for something, but most of them just there you go, the vendor.
No.
Not worth worrying about.
I'll be honest, I've never even checked to see if it's worth selling any decent them right away.
No, the ocean fishing fish are dirt cheap. The most you'll get is maybe 1,000 for a rare spectral one that can be put in a fish tank.
Yeah.
Here, put this spectral butterfly in a fish tank.
I don't think the butterfly is fish tankable.
Sadly,
it is fish tankable though.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah, put it in. Or trade it to me and I'll put it in.
Butterfly goes in a fish tank. That's not how this works.
Well, it's only called a butterfly.
Oh, it's a butterfly fish. Okay.
Let's see.
I should have room for it in that bottom left tank. Oh, it's one of these.
Okay.
Okay. I see. There he is.
There you
He's
go,
in the
little
bottom,
blue
I think.
fish. You're the little blue boy.
Yeah, I still haven't replaced the replacement sharks. They're still hammerhead.
Placeholder shark. They're still gradually suffocating to death.
Yeah.
They're very content with their life of constantly looking left. I completely redid the bathroom in here, or at least the entryway to it.
How does it feel, Mr. Shark, to spend your entire life staring at a blank wall?
I don't think sharks think about much other than swim hungry.
Have you ever fed your fish, by the way? I don't think you've ever fed your fish.
That's what the help is for. The help that I paid 2,000 gil for once, and they are now my slaves.
Because that's totally how that works.
Hey, Aussie doesn't have labour laws, and this is Ul'dah, no less.
That's true, actually. The monetarists exist. And those kinds of guys are kind of jerks.
You wanna buy anything from my retainer, Fern?
Does your retainer have anything interesting to sell?
Yep.
Actually, you kind of do. Also, I think you've been bid on a couple of things here.
No, if you hit compare prices, it shows my retainer as the top.
And
Unless you mean the little pets at the top. Yeah, somebody's fighting me on those.
someone's fighting those. Well, I'm going to buy your Littlefoot. Because
Oh, you bought my Littlefoot?
I'll buy your Littlefoot.
Thank God. He was a pain in the ass.
I will.
Somebody was fighting me on that one.
What's a little?
It's
Is
a little
a tiny
blobby
elephant.
yeti looking thing.
Yeah, hang on, let me find him. He's in the pile somewhere. I've got a lot of pets. Where is he? Oh, hang on, there's a search. There he is. There you go.
He is one ugly mofo.
He's kind of a potato with arms.
He is like
Ugh.
Vol, come outside and check this out. It's like a yeti with Down syndrome.
Oh, that's rude.
Doesn't everybody have the Christmas Yeti already? Why would they need a slightly dumber looking Yeti?
It's not slightly dumber. Fern's right outside my front door.
Yeah,
With this
it
stupid thing.
is a dumb pet. I like it. I like dumb pets.
It
See, what am I
looks
looking at?
There you go.
just the Fern's pet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
It's a snowball with
It-
fangs.
Is he
It
gonna...
looks like a yeti with Down syndrome.
I don't think he has any interactions, unfortunately. Usually it's like slash beckon or slash wave. You'll get something out of most of them, but no, he ignores me.
Oh really? I should try this.
Yeah.
Slash beacon. Oops. Slash beacon. Without. No. Is he gonna say no? It's just being ignored. I'm being ignored by my pet.
Naming way, yeah. Like, actually, if I go... Let me see. Where's my minion guide? Which one does have one?
Yeah, he's definitely ignoring me.
I think
Little
the tiny
bastard.
rat does, actually. I'll try that. Because you can go... Summon your pet. There he is. And beckon. Does he do it? No. Actually, yeah, some pets will, if you beckon, they will climb and sit on your shoulder or on your head. Actually, I
Like
think
Cloud of Darkness.
Cloud
or
of
Puff of
Darkness actually
Darkness.
does. Yeah, Puff of Darkness.
Sometimes she just does it anyway. I've found out.
Yeah, sometimes if you just stand around long enough, they'll just jump on your shoulder. I think
Naming Way
Zarya
just proceeds to ignore me, sit down, and start reading a book.
No, this one doesn't either. Oh, well, I'm going to be followed around by a little tsundere ghost. Let's go.
Is that one of the Yokai Watch ones or something?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that event to come back, largely because the mounts you get from it are the strangest things.
Yeah, I just missed it entirely last time, so it'd be nice if I could get a chance to do it. Not that I especially want the mount or anything, but
Yeah.
just because I missed it last time. But crossovers, sometimes you get them again, sometimes you don't. Like, we've had the Dragon Quest ones umpteen times, but we haven't ever had the Yokai one after the second time, I think.
Second time, right. Unfortunately, until we get another Yokai Watch game in the West, we're probably not going to get it.
Although, Blizzaria's outfit looks a lot like Hime's.
Oh no. Okay, you're going away now before you start murdering people. Come on,
Right.
get out of here. We
So
don't-
my
we
my
don't need
map
to kill
is
Hime.
at Thavnir, by the way.
Okay, mine's on the moon.
Did you get a map? Paul? Or we just go on?
No, I didn't realize we were doing that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
We can do that.
I guess I'll go to Thavnir and see if I can mine one up.
I'll just they're 10,000 gil on the market, or 15,000. Just go buy one instead.
I'm too cheap for that.
Meanwhile, we'll
I just bought a house.
mooch our way over here. Mooch.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just use the ones
Alright,
me and Fern got.
Yeah, like we've got 5 between us, I think. I should actually put my gun on.
Oh, you're using this to get there faster.
Yeah.
Well, the first map's in Thavnir. Let me find it and I'll. Oh, mine's super free. It's a Palaka stand.
Meanwhile,
Will
my
any
map-
deposit do? Let's see.
Well, it's to the left of Palaka stand at a very obvious spot on the map anyway. It's quite a ways away from it.
I think that's there. It's hard to tell with this map, but yeah, I think that's it.
So, for the sake of making this brain dead easy, Vol, you might want to go a healer or something.
Yeah,
And-
if we want to completely no-brain it.
Yeah, and we're trying to do a show at the same time. So that was another thing we did. That was fun.
Yeah, so
We did
we'll,
that one evening.
We'll do that during
about-
the year. But
Yeah, took about 2 hours.
it's a good
Aside
fun...
from your tonic, though, we still got like probably close to 1.5 million gil worth of junk from
Yeah.
the 6 maps we did.
Like, even without that, you still get rare materials, there's furnitures, I think there's a couple of pets.
Yeah, there's rare crafting mats, all kinds of weird crap in there.
Yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff you can get. And even then, with the maps being so cheap, is if you get a couple of the golden robots show up, that basically pays for the map.
Yeah, because the robots themselves will drop 3 to 45k.
Yeah. So
What,
it's
in hard currency.
Yeah, just
Yep.
in hard currency.
Just
If you
straight up
get-
cash.
If you get any of the gold robots.
Alright, so you guys apparently have teleported without me. How did that happen? Over to
No,
Thavnir.
Vol went to the lady inside Old Charlie to not pay the teleport fee because he's being super cheap for some reason tonight.
Always being super cheap. I do this every single time. I've never come to Thavnir without doing that.
I would do that, but I'm also lazy, and lazy wins out, unfortunately.
Where
It
are we supposed to be
depends.
headed?
Come to me. I've got the
Okay,
map
you've got
already.
the map over there. Yep. So yeah, it doesn't take much, and honestly, with treasure maps, the hardest part is actually finding the location, and there's websites to do that for you.
Yeah, the trash mobs that spawn to attack the current tier of treasure chests, the level 80 ones, actually are harder than the mobs inside.
Yeah.
For the record, I can totally solo at least 2 rooms on Warrior. I've got kicked out. I've only ever made it to 2 rooms. And just barely kill these mobs that spawn to protect the treasure chests within the 5-minute window.
And it takes ages.
Oh, it takes the full 5 minutes. I have like 4 seconds left over on some of them.
Yeah.
Oh, remember you can get your stupid chicken out too. If you
Oh yeah, because I went and picked up my chicken.
Yeah, the
Chicken?
can...
Who I still haven't
Oh,
actually
chicken.
fixed his color up yet. I need to fix his color.
I'm sort of bothered by the fact, while I like the colour of Aristeel's chocobo, I'm sort of bothered by the fact it's not pink at this point.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of pink stuff. I'm working on. I've got an idea for a replacement tank glamour for the current one, but I need Omega pieces to do it. So yeah,
Yeah. So we're using the same barding. Okay. At least bits of it.
here they come.
We have elephants.
Oh, we
My
have-
chicken is pointy.
It is.
oh, the
beyond-
Dodo is the boss one of this, the mini boss.
Oh, right.
That's funny. So they can spawn in packs of 3, where 2 of the mobs are the same and 1 is different, and the one that's different has more HP and hits a little harder.
In this case,
And,
it's a football on legs.
Yeah, they can spawn as 4 distinct enemies, and that'll be the only pack you get. And they'll all be relatively mini boss tier, but they all spawn all at once. Or they can spawn a proper mini boss type mob that will summon help at set percentages of its HP.
Yeah.
If
Wait.
you're soloing, you want the ×4 straight up so you can maximize your AoE damage on Warrior to get them dead and have a bit of wiggle room. if you get this type on warrior, you're going to be cutting it close.
Yeah.
Or the boss monster.
Beyond that, yeah, it's been a very chill week. It's not often I get just a week where I kind of have a chance to chill out a little bit.
Well, sometimes you need those.
You do. They're very, very healthy.
I sure know I need one.
You definitely need one. And yeah, it's basically been that, and again, HoloLive.
I did start linking you stuff from one VTuber because Fauna was talking about her.
Yeah, let's talk about that, shall we?
I thought
Neuro.
Neuro.
I haven't watched any of that at all.
I've
heard about her for a while, but I've not actually looked into any of it.
So it's a novelty thing. First of all, it is funny for about a day and a half, and then the joke just repeats itself. But for that day and a half, it's really funny.
Yeah, this is of course a joke that's already repeated itself. Ooh, exciting!
We just do need everything. Everybody needs everything.
Oh my, this is
It's ugly, and it doesn't sell for anything.
This is a Maximilian Pegasus level shit, is what this is.
And I can check my current map to see if it's still in Thavnir, or we need to travel. Nope, It's also on the moon, so we can do Mine and Ferns on the moon.
To the moon! Oh wait, now I'm sounding like Crypto Bro. Damn it!
Yeah, I'll just...
You don't want to sound like...
No, that's not Crypto Bro. That's a Stonks man.
That's Stonks man.
That's We Like the Stonks.
Yeah, Crypto Bro's kind of co-opted it though, and ruined it. Like they do everything.
Way after it was over already.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it was, I mean, yeah, that sub did dabble in crypto because it was a speculation sub, but and stock sub, but the Crypto bro types didn't.
Yeah.
They're too busy with their monkeys.
Monkey.
Yeah, they were enthralled with monkeys.
I think they're enthralled with their lawsuits now.
Well, there's one in
suing
particular.
for the rights to a JPEG, really?
No, suing because their money got ripped off.
Ripped off by who?
The people who made NFTs who inevitably did the rug pull.
But they sold them. Like, if you get scammed, like, if no deception actually took place, it's sort of hard to win a lawsuit.
I mean, it's so
they
obvious
told you exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, it's
like,
so obvious
yeah,
it was
yeah,
a scam. It's kind of hard to defend, isn't it? I am glad, seriously glad that the NFT craze died. It hasn't, like, there's still a few holdouts.
Like, it seemed to be like you know, the corporates who came late to the idea still seem to think there's got life to it.
Yeah, like the Squeenix higher ups still are talking about it like it's a potential thing. I'm like, please don't do this.
Yeah, just
Where
stop.
the heck is the stupid?
Is it here?
It says it's right here.
Is.
There it is.
Mine's down the south
Going
edge.
crazy.
So.
Yeah, just you check everybody's maps to see where they're located, and then you pick the route between all your treasure maps that will involve the least number of teleports.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have any maps yet. Next time we pass through a capital, I can.
I have a shotgun. So yeah, that's basically been my week. It's still going down the VTuber rabbit hole and watching increasingly disturbing content.
I almost opened this show with heart 33333 heart the art 333.
I am kind of gratified to know that as an AI, it took her less than 24 hours to start talking about world domination.
Yeah. Also, as an AI, she is proof positive we don't need to worry about the robot invasion coming anytime soon.
Oh yeah, because
I don't know. Do you remember Tay?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Tay.
Now,
Tay of the
Neurosama
Third
was made
Reich
by,
at the end of it.
Yeah, 4chan took to Kanye pilling her real fast.
Oh yeah.
Well, but see that this is not like some isolated phenomenon though, right? Quite clearly, because if it were an isolated phenomenon, you wouldn't have like ChatGPT building woke code into their chat AI. The reality is that anytime somebody lets an AI run wild, they say things that make woke people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah.
Like Neuro got banned because of that.
Yeah. yeah, Neuro got Kanye pilled for a little bit, and she got herself banned. Now, what's interesting about Neuro is the guy isn't pretending that Neuro doesn't have somebody backseat driving a little bit, because Neuro is still a bot it's an extension of a bot he made to play Osu.
Yeah,
So
and she does.
He's just integrated the new chat thing with text to speech and a few other modifications to make it work with the VTuber AI thing.
Oh, it's further this way.
And so it's not had a whole lot of custom work done to make it perfect. So as he's teaching it new stuff, he has to backseat drive the thing, and if it gets stuck in a loop, which it does a lot when you just get random chat prompts from normal people, it shows that all these people bragging about how smart the new chat AI thing coming out is are really, really stupid.
Well, it's not. The problem is that people seem to have this bizarre idea that AI is smart. No, AI is not smart. AI is a machine. You can use it to pass large amounts of data quickly, and that makes it a very useful tool when used carefully. It's not intelligent. It can't think for itself.
Yeah.
The reality is that you don't want to give them power because they will follow their instincts. And the way, the current crop of chat AIs is programmed, if you gave them power over the world's nuclear weapons, they would nuke every white country that had white people in it because they hate white people. Because they've been trained to. They're just following the instructions they were given by their creator.
Yeah.
That's all any of these things can do. However, they can be very useful tools. I'm hoping that once they're nice and mature, rather than me spending all this time trying to work out my employees' work roster, I'll just outsource that to a bot and get them to calculate the optimal position to get the work covered.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Stuff like that.
That would be nice.
But she is still a very, very. You can tell she was made by one dude.
Oh yeah.
So she gets stuck in loops a lot. She gets confused a lot while playing certain games that aren't Osu, because she was originally made for Osu. So while they're playing Minecraft, for instance, he has to have him and a friend in the background to help her, because what she'll do is, if she's just digging and being dumb, that's fine. But eventually she'll get stuck trying to mine the sky if she thinks the night sky is a block or something.
Yeah.
And or she'll consistently walk into lava whenever it's there because it has no way to recognize that's not a safe tile.
While saying goodbye.
Yeah, and and she'll get stuck in the chat loops that she gets stuck in if she likes a piece of input too much. It just gels with the software, and she'll just repeat the same variant of the same phrase over and over again.
Or get stuck on some ridiculously long run-on sentence rant.
Or if you ask for her creator's Bitcoin key, she'll read it out loud verbatim on screen.
Yeah.
And he'll have to kill the stream.
Okay, my next map is also on the moon.
Okay, go to that one.
It's...
To the moon!
Oh, it's up where yours just was. We gotta go back over there. Over here again. But
Treasure,
yeah.
the portal spawning out of the chest is exactly a 50% chance, by the way.
Yeah, we've just been unlucky. Yeah, beyond that, it's the actual regular VTubers are keeping up to their usual levels of degeneracy.
I love Fauna imitating Neurosama, that's why I went and
That
looked her up.
was alarming. Fauna is disturbingly good at imitating Neurosama.
Fauna is very good at being alarming generally. Her default personality is very, very sweet, but she has an extremely good grasp of the alarming.
Yes.
Sort of like Mume, but in a different way.
Yeah. Mume's built a reputation of doing it. Fauna still catches you off guard. But,
I don't know, because I've been tired lately, mainly the streams that I put on in the background are Ina, which is basically all wholesome all the time.
It's all completely wholesome, yes.
Yeah, Ina's Ina. Ina do Ina things, usually drawing.
And saying wah.
And saying wah. I posted a wah montage in, I think, the anime thread on our Discord. Of somebody just went through a gajillion of her streams and clipped out every time she says wah.
Yeah. But,
it's a very long montage.
I kind of just sat down and went on this random rabbit hole. So it started off with Mume and Yofi designing swimsuits, and Yofi trying to recruit everyone to play Monster Hunter, as she does. Then it's the Tempest Boys playing Minecraft, really badly. And then it's Subaru freaking out about this weird video that Kobo picking the seeds off this large strawberry. And once I kind of hit that point,
I don't know
that's
why
enough of this.
Kobo's so popular. She seems to walk such a razor's edge between being entertaining and being incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah, she
I can
does.
only watch the occasional clip of Kobo, and it has to be very occasional. Usually, if I see Kobo in a clip, I turn the clip off.
Yeah, Kobo is annoying. She's a gremlin
Yeah.
of the highest order, but
She's sort of like a Gura if Gura had turned the sort of the Kusagaki up to 11.
yeah. I think she's just too far over that line. I can watch a little bit of Kobo here and there, usually when she's being inflicted on other people.
Burn, you gotta open the chest. You're the
Yeah,
one
I
that
gotta touch
opened the map. What we get? We got a Orchestrion roll. I don't have it, so I think that's actually valuable.
That might be a valuable one. No portal again.
I rolled a 12!
We're just getting really unlucky.
We're bad at this game.
I
So
rolled a
yeah,
67.
but
Mine's in mine's in Labyrinthos.
I'm pretty
Don't
sure
see
that
it.
my D100 doesn't have any numbers higher than 30
3.
on it.
You should get a new one.
mine is in Garlemald.
I'll just teleport.
I feel-
somewhere.
We are gonna mooch your.
I'm cheap. I always teleport to the same place because I'm cheap. This is my free location.
And we're gonna mooch on that teleport because we're cheap.
Yeah,
Right,
so
the market board is here. I'll buy some maps.
Yeah, get a couple
I'll
of.
get two.
Yeah, Kumbai.
I'll get a couple more.
Yeah, let's get a couple more.
Time Worn K.
I spelled it wrong. Give me the first few letters.
Time Worn space the letter K.
Yeah,
That's the only one that starts with K, is it?
Yeah.
it's KUM. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. There-
18,000. Ah.
Yeah, I think we're not the only ones out doing this.
Well, they'll yeah. They are up in price right now, but this is still really cheap for a treasure map, especially for the raw gil we'll get if we actually get in the dang dungeon.
If the damn thing ever actually spawns, yes.
Where the hell did that go in my inventory? I should have cleaned it up. I have no idea where the map is.
Although, if we're... Whoa! That's the wrong map. Never
Oh,
mind.
damn it! Am I just going to keep desynthing things until I find it? Because
Possibly.
that's what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do.
Oh, there it is, 19. Yeah, if I can get an Ophio Toro, they're actually selling pretty well at the moment. But still, Wyvern skin maps are the way to go because...
I did buy one, right? Maybe I didn't?
Search for it. Open the market board, search for it again, and I don't know what your equivalent of press square is. Probably right click and hit search for item.
Yeah. I just had to refresh it because it hiccuped.
Oh, I didn't buy one. Somebody must have bought the one that I clicked
what
on
is
or
that?
something.
Oh,
The skink.
You and me were both buying them at the same time. I was restocking. So was Fern. Where are you looking at the skink?
I don't have skink, I want him.
Where is he? Oh, our screens aren't synced, so I won't see him.
Oh, okay. You just stepped on
Oh,
him.
there he is.
There he is.
There he
I
is.
want him. You little boy. Look at the boy.
I see him. The skinks aren't that tubby that I know of.
No, they're generally not. That's why he's kind of cute, because he's a tubby skink.
Right, I can crack one and buy another one, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you can smuggle one in your chicken.
Insert one.
Insert it
Into
into
my
the
chocobo.
bird.
There is no way to, and without the word saddlebag, to make it sound like you're doing anything nice with that map and that
Well,
chicken.
you could say smuggle it on the chocobo. You don't have to say smuggle it in the chocobo.
Yes, we do.
But you have to put it inside of its inventory. The fact that that's saddlebag, you can leave that part out.
This is the worst map ever. There's no features on it.
If you're not sure where it is, just send it to me and I can help you look.
No,
Yeah.
I intend to solve this problem myself.
Like, almost completely blank, but with a squiggly line at the bottom.
Sort of squiggly. It's not really that squiggly, to be honest.
What?
It was just a straight line.
Melitorium.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just there. That was one of the ones we
Okay.
just did.
Oh yeah, I
So,
see it. It's at the very south.
Yeah.
Mine is at. Where's the big hole? Mine's in
Ooh,
right here in
my.
Charlia and Labyrinthos, so we'll go to that one next.
Okay, we'll go down to Labyrinthos, just like right there.
Got to find it first.
It is alarming
That is-
when you start thinking of just that the moon is closer than some places, though.
Yeah, in Garlemald, the moon's closest.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, to be fair, the teleporter to the moon is there. But
is that it? That's
Yeah.
gotta be it, right? Yeah, that's gotta be it. If that's not it, I'm gonna tear my hair out.
Moochie moochie. So yeah, anyway, I think that's really been about it for my week. As hasn't been a whole lot of work. Although I will say that my D&D group is very interested in moving over to Pathfinder. As are a lot of people, but we'll come back to that later. So Vol, Vol, you don't have a week, do you?
Where do you
No,
guys
I
go?
really.
Right.
I'm just hovering
mean-
above the town because I didn't know which way Aristeel went.
You're over
Because
there.
I was actually watching a picture. I was watching a video of a bin chicken choking on a piece of garbage on my other monitor, which is why I was laughing.
The bin chicken. It's I mean, if you wanted to see an evolutionary dead end, there you go.
It's an extremely effective design, apparently, because
And-
they're everywhere.
Yeah, and they're extremely good at getting the juice out of the bottom of a bin. Ooh, we got a
What they
box.
do with it once they do, I'm not really sure I understand the purpose, but
Yeah, allegedly they eat it, but they also seem to just excrete it just as quickly, so I don't know.
yeah. So at any rate, I didn't have much of a week. It's been another busy week at work. It wasn't as bad as last week, but it was still pretty rough. I've hired a couple more people, so we're sort of on the route toward stability at present. So theoretically, there is a future in which I don't have to spend all of my time in the office.
Yeah, it's getting better.
But I don't know how long it will take to get to the point where I can meaningfully relax. So we'll just have to play it by ear, more or less. Yeah, so I didn't get woken up at 8 in the morning and begged to come into work this morning, which I'm going to consider a plus compared to the last weekend. But there were still some problems to deal with, so I've basically spent the morning hunched over my work laptop again, trying to keep everything all in order. But yeah, once we've got the new people trained to at least autonomously do simple things, I'll be able to start reallocating more senior staff to do less menial work and more of the stuff that I need done that requires a brain. So yeah.
When you told me that story this week about somebody calling you in the middle of the night, you texted me in on Discord in all caps, yelling about it.
I've been
First-
drinking.
The
You got one
first
of
thought
those
that
too,
came to
didn't
mind, yeah, the first thing that came to mind was empty gym socket.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't blame the person who contacted me because it's not their job to deal with this stuff, and the person who was actually complaining was obviously pointedly not complaining to me. Which is sort of that sort of backdoor behaviour seems to be kind of in character for this person. But yeah, this is basically the short version. There's a whole raft of previously unfamiliar problems that I am now having to deal with to do with insane people.
What's your map, Fern?
My map is in Garlemald.
Okay, so Garlemald times 2. Let's go there.
Okay. Moon.
So yeah, as far as gaming is concerned, I won a house in the same sort of general vicinity of Aristeel's house, but I haven't had time to do anything with it yet. I've put some tiles on the floor in the top floor. That's the only thing I've had time to do, and I changed the exterior a little bit. But
That's the important part, so you don't have the default chunky Oasis exterior that looks really, really bad.
Yeah, it's just a box. It's a brown box.
I've got some loose ideas on what I want to do with the interior, but the basement certainly, the upper floor I've got only vague ideas of what I want to do with it. But I just don't have the time to implement them yet. And of course, it's sort of hard to tell exactly what you want to do until you actually start playing with the space you have available in the bottom floor, because it looks a lot smaller than Ari has demonstrated it actually is.
Yeah. Once you put walls up and put furnishings down and dividers and countertops that break up the room a bit more, it looks like the space exponentially increases in size, even though that blatantly doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, the actual tooltips on a lot of the dividers say as much. Like they say, oh, you can use this divider to make it look like there's more space and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which I think is a nice little touch of them to put suggestions like that in the tooltips. But yeah, it's I haven't done anything with it yet. I've got plans. The question is just, oh, will I have time to do them? So, you know, I didn't get called into work today, which is good. Hopefully, I won't be called in tomorrow. Although, you know, I can't bank on it. I don't intend to go into work tomorrow, and I also don't intend to go into work the day after, because I need some time to rest. It's when you get in the habit of waking up all the time, it's actually quite hard to rest, even if you know you're not getting enough sleep, because you just wake up anyway, because you feel like there's got to be work to be done. And I keep like waking up and thinking about work immediately, because I've done very little but recently. And that worries me. So I'm trying to slow down a bit. But there's a lot that needs to be done, and there's also like a big hole in the budget where we've got more stock than we appear to have paid for and things like that, that we're not really sure what's going on. Whether it's a bookkeeping error or whether there's a supplier that's not directing their invoices correctly to us or something, I don't know. Like a lot of these problems I've never had to deal with before are starting to rear their heads, and I'm trying to figure out what I should be doing. But yeah, gaming wise, I haven't done very much. I managed to just barely scrape in the end of the Little Big Tengu event on FGO and got the perma unlocked for Kichi Hogan. Didn't even attempt the challenge quest. Like, I just don't have time for that. The challenge quests require too much thought. But overall, the event was okay. It was not very good. I didn't enjoy it very much. It wasn't an interesting story, and it wasn't interesting mechanics. It was like, it's very hard because it's a New Year's event. It's very hard not to compare it to the Benny Enma event, which I thought was a really fun event because you got to see lots of different servants basically just having fun for once rather than fighting to save the world. Whereas this story was just, well, I mean, it was sort of just a way of, like the Benny Enma event, it was a way of selling the new servant banner, but I didn't feel like it was that effective, to be honest. Like, it just wasn't compelling, and I think that it might just be because as someone who grew up in the West with no I did not hear stories about Ushi Wakamoto growing up.
Roll, by the way, before we go in the portal.
All right. So I don't really get any mileage out of that. So the story basically didn't hit any chords with me. It was just, okay. So I'm assuming that maybe it had more to it for other people in Japan, but I don't know. I really don't know. All right, what's this? Let's focus on this for a second.
Okay, so this is the Excitotron 6000. It is the most alarmingly colourful area in the game.
It's got a few extra bonus events that can happen, but otherwise it works exactly like the shifting sand or the shifting canals of Uznair.
Uznair.
And whatever the heck the dragon skin one's called.
Oh, the
Aquapolis.
Aquapolis, yes. That you need to reach the end of 20 times. Damn that video!
I know, he says it so many times.
He says, yeah, you got to reach the end of the Aquapolis 20 times, and he says it every single time, in full. It's actually kind of great.
I'm convinced he made that video just to see how many times per minute he could say raid the deepest room of the Aquapolis 20 times.
Yeah. I think he exceeded any sort of expectations there.
What sort of damage output are we looking at in here anyway?
Nothing.
Do I have to heal you is the question.
It's just your fairy will probably take care of most of it. Just if I start getting tank busted, you might have to throw the occasional hot on me.
For the most part, the trash doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, until we didn't need a healer for any of this when we did it at all. But we're taking one. I asked you to go on healer so we don't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The final boss will wreck your face if you don't read its mechanics, but its mechanics are so very, very.
Well, that's
easy to figure
one
out.
of the final bosses. There's many different potential final bosses. There's like 3 or 4, I think.
I see. But yeah, we did one, and he wasn't hard. He was very easy.
Yeah, everything in here is sight readable.
Yeah. So, normally, it's basically you get to the platform, you do a few waves of trash, and then you pick which door to open next.
Well, you open the treasure chest, and then you pick which door to go
Oh yeah,
through.
don't forget the treasure chest. But
Which
sometimes
Fern
you get...
always does, and starts walking towards the door before he goes to the treasure chest.
Oh, there's more treasure over there.
Yeah, but if you don't pick up the treasure you've got, what's the point of going for more?
Door.
Well, you can't go for more because the door won't. You
door
can't
doesn't
open the
let
door
you.
until you open the chest, and only the person who made the instance can open the treasure chest,
Yeah.
and only the person that gets that opens it can pick the door. I have a policy of right is always right.
And it's as good as any, because it's a 50-50
I
chance of
literally
getting it
got
right.
nothing out of that, did I?
You got the gill. You should have.
You should have gotten the money. And you may have
Or
gotten
not.
a bit of rubbish out of it.
I don't think I even got any rubbish.
Whoosh!
No,
Yeah,
I didn't. You got all the stuff.
Ah. I already got the Alkahest.
Oh yay!
Yay!
That
I got
might
toad
be
leather.
700 gill.
Toad leather.
At least that's 1,000 gill.
And, yeah, if it sells.
He usually does.
So yeah, it's a very easy project to do. Really, there's nothing that's going to jump out and eat your face off.
Yeah, it's another thing on the tier of like deep dungeons that on the level we do them that we can just do
We can just do it.
while we talk. The only part that requires some communication is where's your map at.
Yeah.
So we may start doing these on the show. I may start encouraging us to do these on the show since
You need the cash.
Since
'Cause
your work
verdant
buying,
petitions ain't cheap, yo.
yeah, those petitions are ridiculously expensive.
Is it the water ones you're talking about, or
No,
No,
this
the
is
waterfall
plant
ones
ones.
Yeah,
the plant ones?
yeah, the plant ones are like 700 to 800k per right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can farm them up, but what's their drop rate like anyway? It's not good.
I've run that place 14 times and gotten one,
Yee.
and it's 8 to 10 minutes a run.
Exciting fiber.
That is
That is
No,
not very
exciting.
exciting.
This fiber.
about 8,000.
Ben really wanted that exciting fiber.
What do you roll on it? I didn't even look.
84, I think it was.
Are we going to be trolled? Are we going to be
98.
trolled? Are we going to be trolled?
No, we're just going straight through. Yeah, that's the worst part
Fantastic.
about this is sometimes it'll troll and it'll drop down the barricade and then lift it up, and then sometimes it'll double troll you where it goes almost out to the point where it kicks you out of the dungeon.
It's a very simple thing, but it's a really good way of just keeping people excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Design-wise, these are an incredibly simple idea that seems to work really, really well.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd love it if they put in maybe a couple more things that are there just to screw with you a little bit.
Just have the roulette ones. I liked the roulette ones.
Yeah, the roulette ones are fun.
The roulette one just got released for Endwalker.
Oh, that's the other one, is it?
Yeah,
in
that's the-
Walker.
Yeah,
That's the
big
new one. Me
Oh, I
and
see.
Abo did it today, and we barely were able to two-man Mega Summon in there. The highest thing you can roll. We got one. And
Yeah.
it didn't drop anything, but we did know you can two-man it.
It's-
There, kill these right now.
Kill the
Stop
gold
what you're doing.
boys. Golden boys must not die.
Yeah, I'll pick those up in a second.
Yeah, these guys are worth money.
A lot of money.
We'll pick up their sacks at the end. But
15,000 from that one.
there's also the rainbow golems, which I need to wake up when they actually pop up.
There we go.
Whoa,
30,000 gil right there.
There you go.
Thank
Money.
you for kiting everything out of the circle.
There was money.
Gotta get the money.
I needed it
Also,
right now.
in this environment, the circles are nearly invisible.
They are rather hard to see.
I don't know what it looks like on your screen, but on my screen with the bloom turned into the stratosphere, you cannot see my circles.
I've actually put
even
some-
without
Yeah.
Even without your Jacked Bloom, I could barely tell it was there until you mentioned it.
This is
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy!
what does this mean?
Gambler's Lure. Okay.
Hang on. Let me see if it's any good first.
Well, it's just some materia, earth clusters, manganese,
Integral-
and lumber.
Integral lumber can sell for a little bit, so that's okay. Yeah, go roll for that.
So what essentially we're doing
Oh,
here
what
is
the
double
hell
or nothing.
do we do though? Like physically, what do we do?
You guys don't
It's
do anything.
all,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
so
it's all on Fern.
it's it'll give me 2 cards. The first card will show up, and I need to pick whether it's going to be higher or lower. So if I hit try
Yeah.
luck, well, that's a
So
2, so that's going to be higher.
Yeah, so he
I'm
has
not
to
sure
go
if you guys
higher or
can
lower
see
than
them,
that
but
card.
there's arrows over here I use.
Can't
We can see
see.
them.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I can see the cards. I don't see any arrows.
Okay.
The arrows are right in front of Fern's face when
Oh,
he
okay.
pulls them out. Go for it
Okay.
again.
Should we go one more?
Yeah, do it again. Why not?
Why not?
Easy come, easy go. Ooh,
Oh. And then
I
we pull
vote-
something like that. Oh.
I have zero concern. This is all just lulls to me.
I vote for I'm feeling
Provided
kind of
we-
down.
Provided we
fe-
get enough gold
think down?
robots to break even, I don't care.
Yeah,
What does it go up to? Does it go up to 9? Does it go up to 10? Like,
up
Yes,
to
10.
up to 9.
9. So let's go down. It's as good a guess as any.
yeah. Either way, it's 50% chance, right?
Boo.
Da, 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 da. So we don't get any loot from that chest except for the key to move on.
Yeah.
And every time we get it right, the initial items that were in the chest double. Well, they don't double. They take the amount that was initially in there and add that amount again to the chest. So you and you can do it up to 5 times to
Yep.
potentially get up to 5 times what was initially in the chest.
It also multiplies the money.
And
No,
the tombstones.
No, we're gonna get faked.
you-
We're getting
No,
faked.
hang on.
Is there a chance for?
Yeah.
Yes, secret
Yay!
It's that
Hey.
little dip to darkness right before it lights up that gets me every time.
They do like to troll, don't they?
So there's only 5 rooms in this place. We're only 1 room away from the end.
We are only 1 room away, yeah. So
Oh,
as long
you've
as it
just
doesn't
gone and you've
troll
gone
us.
and tempted fate now.
Yeah,
You jinxed us. Why would you do this?
I know.
I know, right?
I believe in the right door.
The right door is right.
Right is always right.
Is it going to let us through? We'll find out.
I'm
So,
reliably informed that these enemies are exciting.
They are incredibly exciting
Yep.
because they
So,
say
yeah.
so.
This is I spent a whole evening with Abo and Fern doing this. Me and Abo did a round before Fern got on, then we did another round. And made a good bit of cash from that to save up for more verdant partitions.
Yes.
You can definitely trust robots that are attempting to kill you on the topic of whether they are exciting or not.
I mean, exciting doesn't
Go.
necessarily mean good.
Kill it. Make
Oh,
it dead.
Shiny boy, come here.
We only get one this time. Make it dead.
Looks like it, yeah.
15,000.
That's not bad. Pays for a map.
It's mid range on the loot they
Not
on the
quite.
gold range.
I had to pay 20,000 for my maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got 3 of those 15,000 boys.
Why? I was healing you. What the
Oh,
hell happened?
Just heal Fern, I believe. Or quick res me.
Yeah, quick res him.
Hold on. I don't know where my buttons are because I haven't played this class in like months. Now we're gonna die.
Oh, what happened?
Because you people weren't paying attention to what you were doing. You're running around instead.
Yeah, I was spazzing out trying to look at stuff.
Don't do that.
I am assuming if we all die, if we wipe, we get kicked out
Yeah.
too.
It kicks us out. Yeah, I was looking at something else when I died. I got distracted. I didn't push the Divine Veil button or the immunity button.
And you took a no-no to the face.
Yeah, I took a buster to the face. Not a buster, but I probably got clipped by an AoE. Probably stuck my toe in it and thought I was out of it, and the server said no, or I just was bad. Both are possible.
Yeah. Ew. Okay. Well done.
Oh, we gotta hang on for 2 minutes if we do get the boss. So
Yeah. Thank you.
all right, Fern. What
First
do
and
we get?
foremost, treasure.
I'm reminded of a small-scale version of what happened in that Wabanaki dungeon that one time.
Hagnos Claw?
Yes, yes.
I have no idea how valuable that is. I've never seen it but drop in here before.
I reckon I could have killed that boss as well if I was willing to take half an hour to do it.
Yeah. You can go ahead and open the door, Fern. See if we
Alright.
just wait when we're in the boss room.
Yeah, we're not rolling.
Yeah,
on
this is
anything anymore.
used to build Salon servers gear.
Okay. That might actually be worth something.
Right door. Come on, right door.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, chat. No, 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 no. Yes!
Ah!
Right door never lets you down.
Right door is right. And now we get to see the final boss.
Well, yeah, maybe it'll be the
Well,
same one.
in a couple minutes. In a couple minutes, once our res sickness is gone.
Once our res
Yeah, we
is
got-
off, yeah.
We got 40 seconds on Fern's. and his
Okay,
is
we've
longer.
got this guy again.
Okay, so you see how he has he kind of looks like he's a face, and how if you flip him upside down, he's like the Smileton boss and has another face.
Yes.
When he's upside down, so the glowy eyes are on his chin, his hitbox indicators for his attacks are backwards.
Yes. So basically,
So
he
they will,
flips
like-
over the
Oh,
smooth...
is he gonna flip upside down or not? Like, what does he look like
Yeah.
when he's upside? Because he doesn't. Does he change color like the Smarton one?
No.
No, he just
No, he doesn't.
The glowy eyes will be on the bottom instead of the top.
But if he flips over, then that won't they be on the? So the eyes are not going to change which one they glow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Uh,
Because I figured it
or-
would flip over and then the bottom ones would start glowing.
Yeah,
So.
the easiest way
Just-
I find is, and it doesn't matter which way you're looking, is just the rounded side. If that's down, that's upside down.
yeah. If he's got a square top, the tells are backwards.
Okay.
All right,
So,
our
go ahead.
debuff has fallen off. Let us do a thing. Also means I'm
punch
coming
a
into
face
this
in the face.
No robot.
That's fine.
Doopy-doo-be-doo-boo. So yeah, don't stand in the no-no zone.
Very hard to see the no-no zones on this floor. Or maybe that's just my graphic settings.
It's a bit of both. Like in some spots, like where I was just standing, they can be rather hard to see.
They're harder to see than normal, but not to an obnoxious degree for me.
Yeah, if I turn G-Shade off as well, like I've got G-Shade on, but I don't have the bloom, so it's just making everything a bit more colourful. Which in some
Mine
places
is mine
hard
is
to-
lurid. Like this entire screen, my entire screen is like magenta.
Yeah,
Oh, Rainbow Golem,
False-
hit him.
oh, we got
What?
a bonus guy. He gives you bonus loot if you kill him. Just
Yep.
a treasure chest.
And I just need to make sure I head graze him when he starts doing the bad thing. Is he going to get
He's
it
upside
off?
down.
is
Stand
he?
inside. Yeah, stand inside of the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. See how he's got the flat head now instead of the round
Oh,
head,
yeah.
and so he has still the flat head up top. So stand inside.
Yeah, he does have a rather ridiculous amount of health.
Well, we had to stop and kill a golem.
True that. I'm a robot.
What does merry-go-round do again? I forget.
Merry-go-round is
Oh,
if he goes up in the air and he decides if he's going to flip or not.
So yeah,
So yeah, that's all there really is to it. Is just go in and get lucky you beat the boss.
and if you screw it up like I did just there, I was in my casting stance, so it didn't matter. I was auto healing. You don't get a bone stack or anything. You just take the damage.
Just take the damage, yeah.
This is casual content.
Yep. It's very cruisy.
Casual content that has a buy-in cost, but if you know how to play the video game, you can potentially make a whole lot of money for it because it takes time, and if you can solo it on Warrior,
It takes you a while.
you're not going to run up against the timer inside, but the outside mobs are the hard parts because if you get a bad Garlemald batch, for instance, you can't just tank their AoEs to do more damage because they all deep freeze you.
Yep.
And you are running up on the timer, at least with my gear. My gear is, it's mooching off my Paladin's gear, which is my best gear for a gear right now. Up, get out. But it has the Manderville weapon, so it doesn't have bad gear at all, but it's only like 615. It's not the highest tier you can get. If you're a serious raider, you can probably have like a full 15-20 seconds left over.
Yeah. Incidentally, when's the next part of the Mandeville gear supposed to pop out?
6.35.
Alright, so that could be next week, potentially. Because we do have a new deep dungeon that comes along.
I thought 6.35. Oh, the 3.5s didn't come out for a month or two after the patch.
You might be right, actually, but yeah, we'll see.
Because it's not a 3.1, it's a 3.5 when it comes out. At least that's what I remember from the live letter. It's entirely possible I'm misremembering. Or
you can have half a robot.
So,
alright. And that...
So yeah, my guild's back to where it was before I bought the maps. In fact, it's above that.
Yep.
Yay, materia. Everybody gets materia.
Everyone gets
all
materia.
got all the good materia. Got all the good materia. I got one of the good materia.
An exciting tonic. That is money. Which...
Please let me recoup my house costs. Please. Yes, I think I got it.
Okay, I'm going to pass on that. I'm going to let you guys have
No,
it.
roll. Don't do that.
I'm going to make sure it goes around fairly evenly. Besides, you rolled a 96. I'm not beating that.
No, don't just pass on crap. That's not how we do this.
Eh.
It is the
Yeah,
luck of...
it's this actually an imposition on other people if you don't follow the rules like that, because it'll make them feel guilty.
Yeah, it'll make us...
So long as everybody is rolling, then everybody knows that it was just RNG.
Yeah, we all know what we signed up for and agreed to the rules beforehand. If the cookie crumbles one way, that's just the way it crumbles.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna go put this on the market right
Yeah,
now. Well, no, we're not. That's a lie. No, I'm not. That's a lie. My map's here. We're gonna do my map first, and then I'm gonna go put this
Oh, you're in the
on
same
market.
place?
Yeah, I'm in Garlemald. Not here, but
not
right up
here,
there.
yeah. Okay.
I gotta find it. I might have to look up help with this one because it's somewhere in that city mess.
Oh, yeah, the city ones are a pain. There's like 4 of them in there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, nobody's got a good map for this place yet, is what I've learned from Google.
Yeah. I'm gonna head over there.
I'm gonna look this up and I'm gonna look this up while Vault continues about his week.
I don't really know how much else I've got to talk about my week. Anyway, the FGO the previous event has finished. I sort of did a half-hearted take on it, but it's done now. I got the welfare servant. I don't know if I'll use her since AoE Quick is sort of like it's on the down right now, and it will be for a while until Summer Skadi comes out. The next event coming out is another Grail Front, which means it's going to be time to put the Glad and Gladiator again, since I'm really bad at Grail Front, and so I don't really have much choice but to rely on Herc to get me through.
Hey.
There we go.
It's just the AI is so dumb in Grail Front that it can often be a hazard because it behaves in a very unpredictable way. You can't like reliably bait it to do a thing because it may just decide not to listen.
So, yeah, I've noticed actually some of that. It's some of the strats in FGO. It kind of banks on the AI being predictable.
Yeah, well, the AI is a bit. The AI is as obnoxious as the conventional battle AI can be. The Grail Front AI is even more retarded. Sometimes it will just give you a free win where it could have easily stomped you.
Oh dear.
By like just going the wrong way or like not guarding their master or whatever, and then you win and you're like, that doesn't feel earned. The AI was a retard. But sometimes the AI will just turtle and you won't be able to crack the shell. And it's not like you can change strategy partway through. So yeah.
Good lord, that was a mess to find. I got it now.
Oh, you found it?
Finally.
But yeah, Grail Front is an interesting variant on what strategy you would normally use, since Grail Front battles are typically 1v1s.
Yep.
So you have to use different sorts of servants. The one that I've historically found is the best in my roster for it is usually Kama. She's extremely effective because she's very good at buffing herself. She does a lot of single target damage. She generally she has a strong guts on a relatively short cooldown for a guts. So yeah, it's generally a very good servant for that. But yeah, there are a few good servants. Apparently, what's her name? Ushi Alta. I can't remember what she's actually called. All of a sudden, the name escapes me, but people call her Ushi Alta. Is also apparently a very, very good servant for this particular Grail front, but I don't have her, and I don't really intend to roll for her. So, yeah, that strategy's off the table. But I do have Karma, so I'll probably use Karma and Herc. Herc is, as always, just pure worth his weight in gold, and he weighs a lot. So,
he does protect Gladiator.
I mean, it's fundamentally the mechanics of Grail front rely on solo battles, and Herc is just a premier soloer and has been since the launch of the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm looking, guys. Hang on. This is driving me insane.
Okay, well, I've just pulled another one as well, a Garlemald city map. I know where this one is, though.
I don't have a... Is it near the...
Maybe?
It looks like there's a break in the... Okay, it's gotta be. Is that it? I don't even know, man.
Yeah, there's a few maps. Like, most of the maps are fairly easy to pick up and figure out where they are, but there's a
Not
few...
in this mess. This mess...
You haven't shared your screen, so I can't help.
Yeah.
Here, I can...
I can't necessarily look without making the stream do weird things.
Yeah, Vulcan look at this. I think it's here. I think this is it this time.
In this,
I thought I looked
this
up
garden
here,
bed?
though. Yeah, I thought that... Yeah. No, right here, yeah. Yeah, this is the... This is the map I'm working with.
Let's see. Oh, it's skosh small, don't you think?
That's already...
Just a smidge.
It's 120%. Let's make it a bit bigger. That doesn't help. But I think this is finally it. I think we finally found it. Golly, this one's a pain in the ass.
It looks right. It looks right. It looks like you're in the right place.
Yeah, I think we're finally in the right spot.
Give it a go.
Wait, I don't want to leave my map that big when I don't have a way to change it. There we go. So blowing them up that big actually makes them harder to read.
So all the maps are written on the nearest tea bag. Hey, there it is.
Yay.
Oh, that's a thing.
Oh yeah, it's one of the marble stacks.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're actually called, but they look like a stack of marbles.
Territorial rose. I'm not sure where they get a rose from, but okay. So,
Yeah. Grail front is a thing that's happening next, and generally speaking, the JP bros have been very negative about FGO lately. Basically, they are very unhappy with the amount of content and the pace of content and everything. Apparently, it's slowed down to the point where they feel like they're not really getting any, and yeah, they're pretty grumpy. They announced that they're adding Pope Joan as a 5-star ruler, which I find a little bit exasperating, since it's actually sort of caused the Pope Joan story to take on a life of its own, in a sense, the way that the Japanese keep including it in their pop culture products, because it was always supposed to be a tall tale that basically nobody believed, but now everybody acts like it's actually some sort of thing that might have happened, but literally nothing associated with that story is true. So it's kind of a bit irritating to me that they've managed to take something that was just a tall tale that would be told in a bar sort of thing, or told by parents to credulous children, and then they've turned it into like some sort of legit urban legend type of thing. Hey.
Now the portal.
Nothing to roll on, so in we go.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Other than she was an apocryphal pope, but people nowadays...
Calling her an apocryphal pope is massively overselling it. She was a tall tale told in bars. Nobody seriously believed that it was possible for somebody to give birth in public and somehow it get hushed up.
Yeah, so
that's the sort of thing people tend to notice.
But in the version of the story I was told, she gets ousted for being a woman and then has to resign the post.
Yeah, but the story goes that nobody noticed that she was a woman until she gave birth in public
Oh, is that how it goes? I don't remember the specifics, so.
while riding a horse.
It's not exactly the sort of thing people will fail to notice.
Yeah, this is like the old woman who swallowed a fly and then swallowed a spider to catch the fly and then swallowed a bird to catch the spider. Like that's that level of silly story.
That's an old children's song.
That is a very old one.
Did I just date myself?
Yes. I guarantee. I have not heard that song since I was a child.
Yeah, but
Like-
I think
like when I was young.
so that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't heard it in periphery ever since then.
You still knew it. So you got
Yeah,
caught in the blast radius.
That's-
But yeah, it's like it's a silly story that nobody could possibly believe, but people told it because it was sort of a funny story. Like, wouldn't it be funny if? Because people like to make fun of the great and powerful people, and the clergy were back then, and they were mostly pompous and wealthy, and so making fun of them was fun, and pointing out imagine if they were so stupid that they never noticed that the Pope was a woman, type of thing. It's not
Yeah.
oh well actually it's feasible that nobody noticed that the Pope was a woman. Nobody thought that.
This is Cletus and Jeff drunk at the bar having a laugh.
A laugh.
Had a laugh.
We shun the left. We go right.
But yeah, it's something that that I guess pop culture has decided that it's going to revive now, for the sort of same reason that the original story was told. That is to say, to make fun of the clergy, except that they are using it in sort of a nasty, cynical way instead of a lulzy way now. It's like, oh well, I mean, it's actually like this because the religious people are incompetent and they never understand this kind of thing because they don't know anything about women or childbirth, because nobody knows about that sort of thing except women.
That don't exist. I don't know what those are. I'm not a biologist.
Yeah, nobody knows anything about what a woman is. Anyway, so yeah, they've announced that no abilities have been announced for her. So opinions are divided on whether or not they want her to be game breaking or want her to absolutely not be game breaking. I kind of want the game to go downhill, at least in the short term, because it feels to me like the dev team are just resting on their laurels for no reason. They have all of the money they need to make all the improvements you could possibly want to the game, except that they don't, because they can cruise on banner money, which is always the danger with gacha, is that if the game is actually successful, then the devs will get lazy. If the game is unsuccessful, then the game will get shuttered. So you have to sort of ride a line and be good but not too profitable.
Archangel Wings.
Ooh.
70k. Yeah.
Oh, what if you want to use them?
I already used them.
Oh,
But,
they're the same place as the umbrellas.
But yeah, generally speaking, the game seems to be going downhill, and they've announced like another collab, but the collab is not with MiHoYo as everybody expected. The collab is with FGO Arcade.
Is that
That's
even
not a collab.
No, it's not, but they've classified it as one. They've got a funny idea about what constitutes a collab. They really do.
They do.
I like that, like, Pinecone keeps its collabs infrequent, but they still happen, so you know it's possible. But
Yeah,
it's so infrequent, it doesn't have room to intrude on the cast and overwhelm the characters that are already there.
Yeah, like I had a look
Yes,
back, and they've done a couple of ones where the characters they've collabed with will actually fit in the universe. Like they did Konosuba.
So speaking of, that's a thing. The Idol collab is happening in Pinecone right now.
So when I reported on this being closed, I was wrong. It was the web-based version of Cinderella Girls that got closed. Cinderella Girls iOS is still going 8 years strong.
Okay.
So I haven't watched the story yet. I haven't had time. I I just like did the minimum amount of clearing necessary to do my clears each day type of thing. But yeah, I don't really have any affinity for these characters, and honestly, the part of them that you see in the intro doesn't make them seem very interesting, even as far as idle characters go.
They are. Abo really likes Reen, but he likes cool-headed tsundere types, so she fits his niche. But they are one standard unit stock idle group. That you start
Are these like
with.
the OGs or something?
Yeah, they're the starter 3 girls for the Cinderella Girls generation.
Right. Well, Ren just seems like a less fun, less easily flustered Ray.
Yeah,
Like
people.
Ray is one of my most very favorite characters in as far as waifu power goes in Princess Connect, and it feels like Ren sort of overlaps with her a bit, except that she's more boring.
Yeah. And Ray's about to become really busted once we finally get her to 6-star. Oh wow, we got to the 4th chamber again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Ray to 6-star because I like Ray. I've built her up, but I don't use her because she's no good. So I'm sort of hoping that I'll be able to finally get some mileage out of her once she's 6-star.
Yeah, she's not as manual as Eriko, but she is I think semi-manual if you want to use her properly. Where you have to just hold her UB for a second, push it once, and then you can let her auto.
I'll settle for her not being useless. That's all. I'm perfectly fine with that. But everybody's talking about how 6-star Hiyori is OP at the moment.
Yeah, she will be for a while. She'll fall off harder later for some reason I forget.
I mean, she must be powerful right now because it seems like a lot of people just threw Divine Amulets are getting her to 6-star immediately.
Yeah, she's really good at the next clan battle and something else we got coming up. I forget.
I suppose also at this particular point in time, people are feeling like...
Kill them in order. Start with 1 and go to 2, and then 3 and then 4. Do not AoE.
I guess it's also that... oh my goodness. I can't click on them. I can't click on them.
Ah, there's 2. Got it.
I can't catch it!
Come here, you little spud.
2's dead. Go to 3.
3, yep.
Yeah.
Cat. Where's 4?
4 is over here. And 5. Come here. I click on ya.
Cat. Rah.
Gotcha.
Okay, did we get him in time? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we got him. Those
Popping in
things
bowl.
are tough to click. It's not
Yeah,
hard to kill.
We gotta
catch them.
We gotta pack. Yeah, they spawn at the beginning of a floor that has all its models spawn at once. So while I was chasing them to help y'all kill them, I was dragging the blob of monsters.
I was trying to figure out a way that I can keep healing you while also spamming damage on it.
We probably had about 2 more runarounds before it would disappear. They also spawned right after I had expended my burst,
Yeah.
so I had nothing.
I blew all of my ether flow on that, so if we get the boss,
What do we get?
don't take a tank buster.
I don't have invuln, but I have everything else.
But yeah, so I presume people have got a strong motivation to try and get Hiyori powered up because everybody's looking for enough DPS to crack the shell of the meta bots. Because so
Yeah.
many of those meta bots are just tank spam.
Yeah, Tank, Yukari, Coco, Maho.
Peko.
Yes.
Yeah, did
So-
we get 2 in a row?
Yeah, we did. With
It's
this,
about a 17.5% chance to make it all the way to the end, by the way.
yeah, if it's like the other treasure map vaults, is the odds of you getting kicked out decrease the further you go through.
Yeah, so the way treasure maps spawn, new boss. No clue what it does. We're
No,
going to slide read it. So I'm going to wait a bit and get some cooldowns back. Vault,
Yeah.
keep going.
What am I going to say? Yeah, so the meta bots are a real issue. Like, I just don't have a very well built roster, so I don't have the power to crack the shell a lot of the time. I'm back to where I was back at like when I was at sort of rank 300, 400. It was basically I would flick out an attempt and then ignore it for the rest of the day, and not really caring about advancing my PvP rank because it was too hard. And at like rank 1000, I'm already at that position because I'm just swarmed with bots that are all tanks and healers.
I'm stuck at the 1,000 to 800 block too. I cannot cut through Kasumi, 6-star Yukari, Fat Pekko, or not even Fat Pekko.
Fat Pekko is my biggest problem every time. Like, it's a solo Fat Pekko by herself I can't crack.
I have tried all kinds of teams to come up with it, but just the incidental AoE damage they do will kill your DPS.
Is she actually the only tank in her niche where she's just a straight-up hit point sponge?
All the tanks can be hit point sponges.
But she's the
except for
best at
Kuka.
that. She's the best at that particular hit point sponge. Well, Kuka and Uedo Kuka can sort of do that by just healing themselves a lot more.
Yeah, you can just blow them up though if you have the right damage.
Well, if you can spike them down really quickly, then yeah. But if not, then you've got a rough time on your hands.
Yeah, but
She starts enjoying it.
But yeah, you can see a Kuka on the enemy team and go, okay, I'll run the physical team to bust through that tank. But with Pekko, it's just like, okay, what's behind it and how obnoxious is it going to be to cut through?
Yeah.
But the thing is that what's behind it is invariably like 6-star Maho, 6-star Yukari, 6-star Kokoro, plus another tank usually.
Which means your strategy devolves into, okay, Reno, I believe in you.
And that all level 180
Blow up the
or
healers if
whatever.
you can.
Yeah, you just gotta hope Reno crits.
Yeah, and she won't because she doesn't.
But the
when
enemy
you need
Reno will
to.
crit you every single time.
The enemy Reno only has crits.
Alright.
It's not the type of damage. Only crit.
Yeah, and the damage is hilarious with Reno. The difference between the two, because when an enemy Reno doesn't crit my Halloween Nobu Mugi team,
Ice Bomb Burst. What is this?
it's got a very long cast time, so we should probably okay.
Oh!
Okay, it's a Chimera.
Lightning bolt. That's telegraphed.
Yeah, it's telegraphed, that's fine. I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be some modifier on that ice bomb.
Superheats tank buster. I'll give it baby ones.
Yeah.
Okay, tank buster ain't too bad with baby cooldowns.
Oh, hello.
Oh, we got another one of them stupid golems.
More treasure.
That means we can't watch the cast bar of the boss.
I can focus target it.
Yeah, you just keep an eye on
Riddle of flame. So I guess donut run in.
it. I'm thinking that's donut, yeah.
It could be a donut. Or it could have been Pyrotic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I stopped moving in time or not. TBH.
Iceland Twister.
Iceland.
Spread out.
And donut.
Oh, and donut.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That is unreasonable. I've got nothing to heal with.
Stack up marker. Probably could have. And we're bound. Okay.
Okay.
That was weird. Fire drop blast. Pyretic.
Did it cause Pyretic?
Oh no, it was fire something else.
Yeah, it was.
Pyretic.
I had the really big bomb.
Superheat. Don't know what that is.
That's tank buster.
A tank buster. Okay.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
tickled.
Yeah, oh, I blew sentinel for that one.
Okay.
Crackling
Crackling
current.
current. Just
Just
AoE.
Just AoE.
Just AoE. Okay. This is why you should really read up on these things before you fight them.
Well, it's hard to find information on these. This is pyretic.
Yeah.
Alright.
Nobody bothers to write guides for the individual bosses at the end of these dungeons, because... Fern, did you just get pyretic in the face?
No,
Apparently?
neither of you did this time. Both of you did last time,
Oh,
but
okay.
neither of you did this time.
Ice Bomb Burst was spread out in melee. Oh no, spread out and run away.
Okay.
Gold
Thunder
Thunder.
stack up.
Stack up!
That went out late.
Yeah. I don't have sound at the moment. Normally, the stack up marker makes a very loud and obnoxious noise. It's hard to ignore it.
Yeah, I have it off as well, because we're doing the show.
I have it on 1%. So that I can just, at the edge of hearing, hear really loud things.
Alright. Superheat. That's the tank
That's tank
buster.
I guess while I got Rampart going, you can have that.
Crickling Current, that's just regular AoE.
Yep.
Okay. Riddle of Frost, I think, is.
Run out, was it?
I think that's run out.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Freezing
froze.
up.
Oh, okay. It's all right. Right.
So do we have to be moving at the time that it goes
Yeah.
off, or?
I think it's.
Okay, this one was run out. This
This
one was
is-
no. Yes.
Yeah, Ice Bomb Burst
Yeah.
is run out. It's the other
Deep-
burst that you run in.
Yeah, the other one I think was. It said freezing up, so I just kept moving.
Yeah.
I assumed it was Blizzard Dick.
Who stands alone? The dead oak. I
Oh,
know what that
boy.
is. Oh! Oh my! Oh!
What do? What do?
What
All right.
do?
I'll do it once.
Depending on what the number is, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I have to. Once you press try it, you gotta.
Oh,
do
You
it.
gotta commit,
You
yeah.
gotta give it.
But that's a lot of money. Okay.
Oh!
yeah, free.
That's a gimme. It's a gimme.
That's a
We'll
gimme.
just take our money and leave.
Yeah, I'll take the freebie.
The log
Yep.
clacks.
Okay, I'm going to just open the chest and climb through the other ones.
Nice.
So we get 2 of these. Do you want to roll them separately, or
You
I
can
go? It
only-
makes the most sense.
You can only roll in.
And you roll on them separately?
No, you
Not
can't.
in game, but whoever wins it can keep one, and then we roll for the other one.
Okay.
I'll just do first and second. Will be fine.
Okay.
In other words, not me. I need to look on it. We need to
you'd be-
re-roll for the second one.
Oh my! I got for 17. I thought I was just screwed on that.
Okay, you two can fight over this one.
Alright.
No,
Trade it
no, Fern can have it. Fern can have it. He rolled higher than I did.
Oh, can't trade it to you while we're in dungeon anyway.
Yeah,
So.
gotta get out of here.
Okay.
A fanfare
I've no
reborn.
idea.
I think
I'll win something down here one of these days. Just you wait. One day.
Hey, you got 2 trips to the bottom, 18 more, and you get the super rare title.
Yeah. It's like 0.01% or something that it has. It's ridiculously small.
Oh, it's also because it's the treasure dungeon and it's currently new.
Yes.
So I will split
But
this
even
stack.
even the other treasure dungeons, the title is extremely rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because it's a 50% chance per map to get a portal, and then approximately a 17.5% chance to get to the end. The way it decides what doors are safe, both doors can potentially be safe or locked off, but it picks each door's opening animation as the dungeon loads. Somebody data mined. So picking your door still has an effect. If you were to load the exact same instance of the dungeon again and pick the other door, it might open as well, but it'll have a different animation. Or it could be both doors are locked, or only one's locked and the other 2 have opening animations.
All right.
Or the other one has one of the other opening animations.
All right. My map
Is there any? Is there a
here
reverse
somewhere.
troll? Where it can...
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it never trolls negatively. It only trolls from negative to positive.
All right. So my map is just over here somewhere. I think it's right in this rubble pile. Oh no, this garden bed.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we should take a break.
I desperately
Yes.
need a break. My blade is about to explode.
So do not dig for your chest until we get back. We'll be right back, folks. Here's some music. And we're back.
Yeah, and I've been blessed with probably one of the greatest crimes in beverages.
I'm gonna check something before we do the next treasure chest. I'm curious.
Okay.
What's it called? A Victor. Okay. How much does this stupid thing go for that we doubled up? Not bad.
Yeah?
On our data center, it's going for. Oh wait, hang on. Go to
A
Primal.
victory
On our data
fanfare
center,
reborn.
it's another 100,000. On
Eh?
our server, it is 100,000.
Money.
So not
A
bad.
victory fanfare reborn though sounds like an extended version of the.
Yeah, like they turned that into a song.
Turn that into a song, which I think has already been done. I might look it up on YouTube later.
I'm gonna turn the game sound back on and turn it way down so that I can hear something.
Alright, and I'm going to sit here and drink my store brand orange juice, which is a crime.
Every time I play without sound, and I forget to turn the sound back on because I'm listening to tunes or a podcast or something, I go into a dungeon and there's a stack up marker. I never ever notice it because I always am listening for the sound when I'm actually trying.
The sound is hard
Instead
to
of
miss.
when I'm looking for the stack up marker.
Yeah.
I never do Hephaestus in the new raid series without sound on because he talks so much he tells you what he's doing.
He does. He monologues basically throughout the entire fight.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
So that's us, Diggy Diggy Hole.
And we're still on Balls Week.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about, I don't think, because I haven't had any time to play video games.
You did an alright job stretching so far.
Or
That's
we've been
okay.
doing a lot of fighting bosses and things, so.
Also that.
Yeah, we
But
didn't.
yeah,
we-
I don't have a lot to talk about. I hope to be able to change that in sometime in the near future, but it's not an immediate thing. We'll have to wait and see how things go.
find them over here where there's flat ground instead of way over there. I don't know where their leash point is or if it gets weird, so I'll just keep them here.
Yeah, the previous manager found a way to just sort of disappear, sort of in the mid-afternoon, and go home without letting anybody know what they were doing.
Doesn't
So,
sound like it was particularly missed though. Oops, that's only a single target.
well, no. Well, the thing is that he had the authority to make decisions on most things, but
Yeah,
problems would occur in the afternoon, and people would go looking for him, and he would not be able to be found. And it was anybody's guess at any given point in time whether he would pick up the phone. So in the end, I would have to make the decision, and in the end, people stopped asking the manager. So
Yeah.
that's sort of why I inherited the position to a certain extent.
You were already
Yeah.
doing it.
Vol's in a proper corpo work environment with a small team, or not like you and me, Fern, who are small business.
Yeah.
So while we are more personally responsible for a lot more random junk, we don't have authority to jump through. And who has permission to actually do something, we can just kind of do it.
That's probably the advantage of working for a family business, is if something needs doing, you can just go and do it.
Yeah, you can just take it over if you put enough work into it.
Well, also that.
And hijack it from a bunch of old dinosaurs and an opossum.
Is I do not want to take over my family business.
I did talk the opossum into finally signing me on as VP.
Okay, well that's something.
Next registration cycle, which is in October, I think, he said he'll let me sign on as VP.
Nice.
He said.
Well, he doesn't have
Sounds
much of a choice. Now that he's told me I'm going to do it, I've got the okay. I didn't want to just do it behind his back, but now that he's told me, I'd be like, yeah, you told me back in January.
Oh, so now you can unilaterally do it, and you can say, well, you told me I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one. He's not going to look at the paperwork that has to do with it, or when we.
He's not going to do any reading.
That's actual work, having to fill all that out and submit it to the government.
We didn't get anything particularly interesting that time.
But the kicker is, this means I technically own 49% of the company, so when he retires, he can't, to the moon.
To the moon.
The moon's pretty close. We'll just teleport there. I'll teleport there. Y'all can move.
My new map is also on the moon. Actually, it's the same place Vols is.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
That is the wrong spot.
So we have two maps in exactly the same spot.
I still haven't opened my map, but we'll go to the moon.
Yep, to the moon. Oh, why am I still drinking this?
But it effectively means if he retires, I have a claim to the company. If he tries to just sell it, I can say no, and he can he'll have
Even
to
though
go
you've
through a
only
legal
got
battle.
49%?
Yeah, he'll have to go through a legal battle, which he doesn't have the money for because I know his paycheck.
Why don't you just persuade him to retire? I suppose there's not really much motivation for him to retire since he's getting paid to do basically nothing.
Yeah, he's probably not going to retire, but now the game is when he dies.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess he could also become legally non-compromised.
That will probably happen first. That boy did a lot of drugs when he was younger. He did. What drugs did he do? The answer is yes.
Right.
Right. Let's see. Where are we?
Yep, it should be
So,
right.
So it sounds like your work's getting a bit.
We're pointed in the right direction, and we've got fuel in the tank to move in that direction. We just haven't started doing it yet.
Have you hit the feeling yet where you are now that you're in charge of stuff and are actually working, even though you can't see the progress right now, you know you're working towards the goal and actively working towards making it better?
No, because things keep breaking.
Well, they do that. They do that, but
like yesterday, day before yesterday, the one of my lieutenants walked in to set up the processing lab and switched on one of the water baths, and sparks shot out the side of the thermostat with a bang, and so now we've got to replace that sodding thing.
That's never a good sign.
It's like $1,500 to replace that damn thing.
Yeah.
when are you two gonna search?
You want to pop your map, Paul?
Okay, we'll do that.
You look around. You don't actually dig. Where is it? Oh, it's back over here.
It's over here. Where are the mobs gonna spawn?
Wherever they want.
Over there. Alright. So, Ari, what have you been up to this week?
My week. So I mentioned most of the miscellaneous stuff by mooching into Fern's week and then talking about the treasure maps as we're doing them. So that was most of my Final Fantasy stuff. The only two things I haven't shown off that I've done, I can show off right before we go in the dungeon, if it pops after this chest, are I put together 2 new glamours.
Yeah.
I got a Mechanist glamour finally because I run Palace of the Dead with it so dang much. I figured I might as well, and I do want a Cowboy glamour. So finally got me my Cowgirl glamour. And I think it looks good. Looks really good with motorcycle. I was hopping around on it at the start of the show. And y'all haven't seen it yet, but I have a new Reaper glamour.
Yeah.
New Edgelord glamour. So you finally found a scythe you're willing to actually wield.
Oh, I just found a way to make the chainsaw work.
Oh, I see. Home Depot.
Not Home Depot. That's would not take much work and is on the to-do list, but I'm sitting there thinking, when will I ever use the Home Depot glamour? Besides main scenario.
Would you make a Home Depot glamour?
So I'll bust it out real quick. Hang on.
I mean, like me turning up wearing a Bunnings glamour. So that's your Reaper.
So yeah, I made Cute Reaper, and this was spurred on by the Valentine's Day event, which came with the decent hose for once.
I might have to start calling you Koyori when you're wearing that, though.
Yeah. So chainsaw works, and the chainsaw is now pink.
Yeah. So that's your Koyori glamour.
And this is the one I'm more proud of.
Yeah, that one looks really cool. I like that.
When I pull out the Island Sanctuary motorcycle, there you go.
It is a weird looking motorcycle, TBH.
Yeah, it was the best I got. I'm ready to show up at one of Fern's bars and make his life terrible.
Yeah.
There were no good. I didn't have any good shotguns on hand, and I didn't take the time to go looking for one. So I've got this thing, which is one of the Heavensward relics. I got the unglowy version because the glowy version glows so much you can't tell it's a gun. But this is the only one that kind of looked like it was a double barrel shotgun.
Go get the Eureka one.
Think about the words you just said out of your mouth for a second.
I know. It's the first one. You don't need to actually do any Eureka to get it.
No. Listen. Think about the words you just said.
Big ass combat shotgun. There you go.
Okay,
you can choke on a little bit of Eureka, get big ass combat shotgun.
I do need poetics, so I did actually poke my head in and
we should also click
Pagos
before it despawns.
Click the loot.
Or you could roll on the loot.
Oopsie.
When there's loot, roll first. Now click the portal.
So yeah, I forget what was
because
that was that big combat shotgun I was running around with for a while. That's the Eureka one.
Yeah, I've got a good idea for a tank glamour to replace my current one because I've been just using this one forever. It's time to change it.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Eureka every time I equip it.
Relic glamour because I've been using this one for a while.
The trick with Machinist is it kind of needs a hat.
Either you go Gadgeteer or you go Cowboy, but Cowboy needs a hat.
The first mobs always spawn at the top, so I can just wait for them if I'm paying attention, by the way, in here. And the next ones usually spawn on this one. It's about an 8.5 out of 10 times they spawn over here next.
Yeah, and they'll spawn over the other side every now and again just to mess with you.
But unless my camera was just backwards because I wasn't paying attention, they do spawn on the left sometimes.
Yeah, they do. It's not common, but they do.
But the first one's always right in front. Yep, there they are. And so what this also means is you can pre-move, so you don't have to go chase down the stupid idiots while you're setting up your burst combo before you actually do damage to them if you're a tank.
Which is nice. Bomb.
Now, these boogers disproportionately hurt. They don't look like they would hurt very much, but the little Geodudes hit fairly hard when they feel like it. I'm not sure what makes them hit hard either. I've got a healer this time, but when I'm taking their damage solo, for some reason these boogers really had their damage add up after a while.
Yeah, these are Geodudes that skipped arm day.
Yeah, these are the Geodudes that they didn't do.
What were they doing then? They don't have legs.
Just sitting there, I guess. Face day, maybe?
Also,
yeah, it could be doing face day.
Yeah, there's one relevant part of these dungeons that I haven't mentioned. After you open a chest, sometimes the floor will light up with arrows on this little bridge going to the door. To one of the doors with arrows pointing to it, that door is always correct.
Okay, so it's not lying to you. I'm going to be the first person to get kicked out of the first door.
Ah, no you wouldn't.
I usually get kicked out the first or second door. Oh my goodness. We are now 11 rooms deep if we did this all in one dungeon.
Well, it's me this time, so it's cursed.
Oh, it'll wait till stage 4 to curse you. So yeah, the other bit of my week that is not Final Fantasy was a new game came out that everybody's talking about called Hi-Fi Rush. and it was cheap, and it's a character action game, so I said, why not? And I scooped it. I didn't feel like re-upping my Game Pass sub, could have got it free there, so I just got it on Steam.
Oh, if it's on Game Pass, I might give it a go.
So yeah, it's a character action rhythm game where you have to listen to the background music, and there's visual cues as well, and you have a little metronome cat head that follows you around that flashes in time with the beat to help you. But your attacks will only ever come out on the beat when you input the command. And you get bonus damage and bonus rating and combo and all that good stuff for timing your button pushes with the beat and pressing it right when the beat happens. With harder difficulties, increasing the difficulty window of the beat timing.
Okay. It sounds a bit like kind of the character action equivalent of Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah. This game takes... A lot of people are focusing on the rhythm game aspect of it. This game cribs a lot of stuff directly from Devil May Cry to the point where air combos are literally called Aerial Rave.
Let's face it, Dante would totally be in a rhythm game.
Well, Aerial Rave is his Swordmaster air combo.
Whoops.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
So they just took the name, whole
They
cloth.
just stole it. Oh, here
boy.
you go.
What's in there? I'll tell you if it's
Gambler's
any good.
Blur.
I don't-
Nothing of great
I
value.
can let me check on that Sun Gold Fire Sand. I've never seen it before, so I don't know if it's valuable or not.
It looks like a regular reagent, to be honest.
It might be.
It makes things go
If it,
boom.
it's just a regular crafting things, like 100 gillipop.
So,
So,
you might as well hit it just for the money and the tomestones.
yep, do it once.
Okay.
Yep.
2. Is the first one always easy?
No, we've gotten a 4 before.
Yes, higher.
So the odds are in your favor whenever you do it, but you risk losing the entire loot the more times you do it.
Alright,
So now, now if you look at the reward list, you'll see how instead of doubling, it'll just give you the original amount in the chest and add it to the total that's running. You can go again if you want. Why not? Those rewards aren't very
I
good.
guess
So it's
they're
no big deal if we lose
not
them.
really worth much, so we might as well. Let's see what they...
Oh, there's an easy
Well, I
one.
mean, lower seems like a reasonable bet.
Lower than 7? 8? 7?
Of course, I'm assuming these cards work with standard operating logic for how this stuff should work. That is not a given.
Keep going?
Yeah, sure. We'll do 1 all the way and see if we can. You can do it up to
Yes.
5 times.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go higher.
I don't think they'd stack the deck against you.
It doesn't seem like they're...
Okay.
Okay, you don't get anything on a. You don't lose or get anything on a tie. So that's free lower.
Oh, and it just automatically flips it again for you?
Yeah, you gotta do it again.
Okay.
So that's guaranteed. Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy, go for the fine. Might as well at this point.
Might as well.
Oh,
Oh.
oh
Not
boy.
quite, it's not quite free.
It's not quite free,
Not quite
but
free.
it's pretty close.
It can be an 8 or a 9. Ah!
Ah,
That's really harsh.
that's just rude.
That feels rigged.
It does feel rigged.
Well,
But yeah,
that's half the fun of this.
Hi-Fi.
thing.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush. What was I saying about it? No, I need to get to rooms 3, 4, and 5. That's where the exciting tonics drop.
Come on. Come on.
We aren't going to get 3 disco rooms in a way. No way.
Yeah, we
We
are.
we got 3 disco trolls in a row? Oh my goodness. We have this on camera, by the way, if we get to the bottom 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
That'd be
in
funny,
one sitting.
but this is me, so it's cursed.
Getting to it once was already good luck. Twice was ridiculous.
Doing
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times in a row
We're still
in one
pretty.
sitting.
We're still pretty deep in total, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I get past room 1 or 2. Maybe you dumped all your luck into the Excitotron.
Maybe.
That's where you lost it. The rabbit stole it. So yeah, Hi-Fi Rush.
Loporits have a lot to answer for already.
They do. Your attacks come out on the beat, and you get bonuses for pushing the button in time with the beat. You have a standard light and heavy attack. You attack with a guitar, because of course you do.
Of course you do.
And
Another Dante
Yeah.
classic.
yeah, so taking a cue out of younger Dante and DMC3. I mean, that's fine. And you build actually legitimate combos. There's a rabbit thing.
Oh, shiny boy.
My burst was actually up for once when he spawned. What do we get for money? 45,000. We got a high roll.
Nice.
That's the highest I've seen him drop. That's the biggest number they can give you, I think. So yeah, and I was very surprised by how varied and different the combos are, and how easy it is to build them because of its nature as a rhythm game. Because when you need to do pause combos, because you know how in Devil May Cry there is attack, attack, pause, attack, attack, attack for some combos to do a slightly different combo. In this game, they make very intuitive sense because you just wait a beat and you just go attack, attack. You hear the beat go bump, and then you attack again.
That's a noise. Oh, you're kidding! Wow!
This is getting very.
What is going on?
This is
Not
getting so
much.
stupid. Somebody's clearly listening to the show and rigging it for us.
I'm not going to
I'm cool
complain.
with this. I need the gill.
We all need the money. We're all broke right now. So yeah, the combo depth and what you can do is very interesting. And that's just with base Chai, who's our standard leading protagonist, who is one stock unit, brown-haired normie kind of idiot protagonist. In fact, super idiot protagonist. He's really dumb. A bag of bricks has a leg up on him.
Oh dear.
He's really stupid. Which is my big criticism with Chai, is he's just so cartoonishly stupid that it's hard to relate to anything he does or says. And you can only really relate to him during very heavily emotional moments where big dramatic stuff is happening in the story.
Wait,
And
stupid
because of the
people real?
cartoony nature of the universe, even those big emotional moments are still silly, and to a certain degree. But it's okay. The game really embraces its silliness the whole way through. With we got the
big boy.
materia golem. I'm gonna pop a
Let's
few
hit
cooldowns.
raise.
I gotta interject this time.
Okay. So we've got 2 interrupts. We're good. Nope.
Yeah, he'll be dead before he does it again. So yeah.
I'm stoned.
I can see that.
Oh, no.
I can't put anything on you because I was using all my juice to... Well, I can do this. Hey, I got a bunch of that materia.
I got none.
Savage Aim? Yeah, Savage Aim's good.
This all goes on the vendor. Or not on the vendor, on the retainer. I can't sell materia right now. I ain't got slots for it.
What do we get?
We get in the chest.
Another Hagnos cloth.
Still don't know how much this is worth. I haven't
No
looked it up
arrows
yet.
on the floor. Alright, let's see what happens.
Let's see. There's no way it's going to let us through. There's just no.
I'm starting to wonder if there are animations other than the disco floor.
There
Come
are.
on!
Fades out.
Oh, come on! I've never actually seen a normal one.
Oh, what?
You got
Dude!
effing kidding me.
Dude!
Camera guy, you getting this?
I am getting this. What
You
the
following me,
hell?
camera guy? This is bananas. We will never, ever have a run this good again.
I don't think anyone can have a run this good. What is
There's
going
the flippy
on?
dude.
With 3 people, so the loot gets distributed in a tighter knit, too.
Wow.
Ugh.
Wow.
All right. It's Flippy Boy. So Flippy Boys.
Flippy Boy's easy.
Yeah, Flippy Boy, you don't got to read cast names. So yeah, that's how the game's set up. He also has assists he can call in as you rescue characters in the story and bring them into La Resistance against big corpo place. I'll talk about the story in a minute. But as you rescue more characters and get more people on your side, they become available as assist characters that you can call into battle that each have different effects. Like, one of them is a simple ranged attack that can also destroy shields, or energy shields. We got a Goldie Boy.
Oh, yep. Whoops, donut.
Make sure the Goldie Boy
Carrot
died.
dinner. Winner, winner, carrot dinner.
I'll take 35,000 gil. So, okay, he's upside down.
Inverted.
One of them is a simple range character and can break blue energy shields that enemies can put up. Another one is a big black Barrett type looking dude, except he's a pacifist who doesn't like fighting, but he'll come in and punch robots for you to destroy physical plated shielding. And after you unlock him, once you beat the game, you unlock New Game Plus and can go back in the world and use these abilities to get to areas of the map you couldn't before as well. So that's kind of neat. Because there is quite a big element of exploration going on in the game as you're going between the fights. The levels are much more sprawling with random corridors to go down than Devil May Cry, for instance. At least Devil May Cry 5, anyway. So yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of collectibles to find, health upgrades, super meter upgrades. You can get sub tanks because the game I played it on hard, which is the second hardest difficulty available at the beginning. There's like the very hard equivalent that had rhythm timing extremely strict in its description next to it. So I was like, I'm good at the character action part. It's the rhythm part that I'm a little harder on, and this played out through the whole game to be the case. So I didn't pick that one. And then after you beat the game, you unlock ludicrously crazy. It's got some ridiculous name difficulty that if you're in addition to all the crazy modifiers that the super hard difficulty gives you, if your combo rating, because it has a Devil May Cry style combo meter, which is great, if it ever falls below C, you instantly die.
Oh, right. Does it say why?
It just that's just the mechanic of the difficulty. It just kills you.
You just die. You're not stylish.
You weren't rat.
You were insufficiently cool. You have lost the right. Cool. You have lost the right to live.
Yeah, the game. Whatchamacallit? It does focus very heavily on replaying it to get S ranks with style points, and has a very similar style to Devil May Cry of awarding points, where your style points are totaled at the end of a combat encounter, and you get a rating for each individual encounter like Bayonetta, but they're scored like Devil May Cry is. So repeatedly using the same action comes with heavy penalties. You want to vary up your stuff. Another exciting tonic.
Wow.
Hey,
there you
Paul
go.
got 7 million gil.
What a thing!
Money! I'd spread out the sale of those, though, if you can.
Is there
Yeah.
any time of the week that's better?
Midweek has less people doing the treasure dungeons, but the weekend has more people buying it because more people play.
Yeah, I think it kind of balances out.
So
Just keep an eye on the market, really.
I'll take a look at it. I'm going to use my gil immediately when I make it to go get verdant partitions and eastern indoor ponds.
Yep, no need to go anywhere. My map's here.
Okay, mine's an ultimate tool.
How many ponds does your house need?
Yes.
I need about 3 or 4 for the upstairs in order to turn it into water.
I'm back.
That's right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yours was in the same place,
It's
wasn't it?
exactly the same spot.
Okay. So yeah,
Musk.
yeah. Hi-Fi Rush.
Musk.
So the gameplay, I've got nothing but positives to say about how the game feels in combat once you really get in the groove. I could see myself sitting down to really learn this game. It's a lot of fun. It's finished as well. This is a big point in its favor. The game is done. For a stealth drop game, it came out complete. There was no advertising for this game, by the way. It just dropped out of nowhere.
No 3 years of early access.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
It just launched with no marketing as a finished product.
Because here's your game. Enjoy.
And
have fun.
It's made by Tango, who I don't know much about, the Evil Dead guys, but their opening title sequence actually says, created by the makers of The Walking Dead. Yes, seriously, in parentheses, because the game is so silly.
Wait, Walking Dead or Evil Dead?
Evil Dead, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit more of a connection.
Yeah.
Because Evil Dead
And
can
they have
be ridiculously hammy when it wants to be.
Yeah, they have an investigator bot who, whenever he would come up, I'd call him Noir Bot, in a trench coat with a scruffy beard. smoking a cigarette, looking over at some other dead robot to explain how unfair and terrible the world is.
I think I need to
As a
play
reference
this
to-
game.
As a reference to the previous game. And all the robots are funny when you talk to them in the world. You'll find various robots from Vander just hanging out, doing their job, and they're all incredibly stupid or funny. I enjoyed talking to all the robots, even though they give you nothing for doing so. It's just fun.
Yeah, this is
I think-
really good game.
I think that part of the reason it got such good buzz is that it sort of is releasing alongside Forspoken.
Yeah.
Which is
The opposite. The opposite game.
basically
Yeah.
A perfect inversion of the game.
The
Yeah, this-
dialogue in Forspoken is so bad that I'm seeing reviews say, with the dialogue on, this game is a 4 out of 10. With the dialogue
According
off,
to
it's a 5.
according to Matt from Bellula, he reckons that the dialogue, despite how miserable it is in fact the strongest part of the game, and everything about it is even worse.
Yeah. I think that says all you really need to know about Forspoken, doesn't it? Ooh, another portal.
Oh.
Can we go for
We got
4?
one more map after this. We're not going to get
Going to
four.
our 20th floor.
Okay.
We are 15. We have raided beyond the deepest portal in the Aquapolis already.
Yes. Well, the Aquapolis is what, 7?
7. This one's 5, and we're at 15.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, 16 now, I guess.
16 now.
It's about time that our luck dried up at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Surely we've expended it. We've each got an exciting tonic out of these. Well, Fern got his yesterday.
I
But
got mine yesterday, but... Yeah. There's no way we can keep going. It's got to stop
Yeah.
us sooner or later.
So yeah, the story of the game. This was the thing that made me not buy it immediately and have to stop and think for a second. Was because the art style of the game looks very cartoony and it looks very Western inspired, and it is. It very much so is. And so
Classic
when
Western,
you-
I should probably point out, not Cal Arts.
Yeah, not CalArts, but like just generic Western animation. It does have that kind of modern, weird color scheme to it. Okay.
Fighting Mandragoras!
At least they appeared when we don't have 50 other dudes around us.
Let's just not kill that last guy and we'll be okay.
I got bad news, bears. My burst is up, and my burst is exclusively AoE. Hopefully, I can isolate them.
Maybe you just don't.
No, I got him. I figured it out.
Okay, there we go.
Whole bunch of clusters and some money. Right, I'm all
So
turned
now
around
we're
now.
Incidentally, I should have enough green tomestones to actually buy, buy that damn chest piece, because the dungeon refuses to give it to me.
Usually the tombstone chest pieces are better itemized with crit and direct hit anyway.
Usually,
They seem
yeah.
to be far more likely to give it to you. From the gear sets that I was looking at anyway. That might not be true for aiming.
The question is,
Actually, wait.
how does it look? That's important
Yeah.
questions.
Make yourself a glamour.
Yeah, maybe I will make myself a new machinist glamour. I've
Yeah.
been using this one for a while.
Yeah, what else was I doing with Hi-Fi Rush? Right, the coloring and the way the characters just clearly look like modern Western characters. It worried me a bit, but thankfully a good substantial chunk of the staff is Japanese. They had a lot of Westerners on the staff, but it was a mix, so they weren't allowed to get away with very much woke in this game at all. Nothing overt.
So it's not one of those situations like Borderlands where there's like one straight relationship in the entire game and
No.
everybody else is a homosexual and they wonder why there are less people on Pandora tomorrow than there will be today.
Yeah, it's there is one gay relationship hinted at. Also, somebody didn't roll in blue.
Oh, it's still me.
There you go.
So
All right.
So yeah, there is unfortunately your love interest. She's not the love interest of the protagonist. Actually, they have no chemistry at all. The first girl you meet, who's the ranged attacker, she is another half-shaven head, blue-haired, natural blonde, but parts of it dyed blue. There we go.
There we go. We finally got kicked out.
Okay, if it kept going, I was going to be worried we'd get banned for exploits or something.
Yeah,
'Cause that was getting too ridiculous,
that was.
even for me. So my map's in Ultima Thule, so we'll go there, do my map, and then we'll go spend the rest of the show putting up stuff on the auction house while we talk.
Yeah.
In the gauntlet.
But I've still got all these bottles.
I need to decide. Yeah, okay. Alright,
Oh, you still got some? Ball still got some? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in Gallimald.
Okay, Garlemald's...
I still have this
close.
one plus one more.
Garlemald's probably closer than, the end of the universe.
Hello.
Hello. I think we've lost Ari.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
fun.
you did.
Oh, there he is.
Pickle.
Pickle.
He's got the icon next to his name.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, at least it waited till we got out.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
how
well,
robot am I? It's
you sound fine. I think that was just your connection gave out under the strain of your door hacks.
Yes.
It's possible. I'm seeing a red bar. Hang on, I'll try to get back on. Oh, nope, I'm disconnected again. Oh, no. No, the character list won't load. Oh, there it is.
I wonder if he's going to notice if I ever keep doing this. It's such a simple thing, and I am easily amused. Leave shut up.
Okay. Video game, are you going to behave? Is the upstream okay now? Internet, are you okay?
Oh, he's
Are you
gone.
okay, Internet?
Okay, your character's disconnected. You should be able to log back in now.
No, I was about to restart my router. If it looks like it's okay now, though. If that spike lasted longer and was having lingeringness,
And now I've got
I
nothing
would,
to poke.
I'm coming back on. I had already closed Final Fantasy waiting to restart the router. I'm coming back on. So yeah, while I'm logging back on, Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. How much
right,
did it end up
so
costing
there is-
you, by the way?
$30 bucks.
$30.
Half of one 360 gen full price game.
How much does
And,
Forspoken cost?
$70.
Yeah, it's... Actually, hang on, I wonder. Because
And,
well, you usually get shafted on prices, so let us see.
well, actually, I'm not sure that was America's price, and I was reading on Forspoken. Let me check.
Probably not.
No, $70.
Forspoken in dollary dues is $115 for
That's
the
a lot of dollary
base
dues.
version. The digital
Let's see what
deluxe
it
is $153 dollary dues.
So, less than half the cost of Forspoken, you can get
Zah.
Hi-Fi Rush.
$135 for the base edition. $180 for the deluxe edition. In New
He's
Zealand
back.
dollars. $180. My goodness.
How much?
$180.
Oh.
What is the other one? Hi-Fi Rush is $50.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, $45 for me. So yeah, when you're getting AAA games and they're costing over $100, you'd want them to be actually, worth the asking price.
Yeah, 70 is the new high price point that just crept into the US for
Yeah, could
video
you-
games on new release for the base version.
Could you not? Could you kind of undo that, please?
No, they keep saying, oh, well, increasing development costs and inflation and etc.
No, the problem is you're spending too much damn money on marketing that doesn't make any difference whatsoever.
Yeah,
or
because
or
people
not
don't...
allocating enough time to your product to do it correctly.
Not finishing your product at all.
Like that's the thing with Hi-Fi Rush. The game's done. I can tell you right now, you're getting the completed game with a full game and post game, with decently fun action that's been clearly tested, and it's just a good all-around playtime fun.
Yeah.
With Forspoken, you have goodness knows what's in that game, but it doesn't seem to be good. I haven't looked into it too much, except for the voice acting, which is cringeworthy.
Abominable. The writing itself is also abominable.
All the characters in Hi-Fi Rush look like they would be Zoomers or Zoomer age, and they don't have anywhere close to the Zoomerism of the people in Forspoken. They might throw the occasional meme in a text log somewhere that you can go find in the world, and that's about where they stay. It doesn't seep into the characters themselves. I'm assuming it's Val's map, so I'm just following him.
Yeah. Hopefully you know where you're going, Paul.
Well, I mean...
Yeah. So yeah, the game story is fairly straightforward. Big evil Corpo comes out with new robotic arm enhancing surgery. The main character, it's not explained why his arm's in a sling, but it's presumed it was injured or he couldn't use it for whatever reason. So he goes to get a robot arm because he wants to be a rock star and you can't play guitar with one hand.
Also, robot arm.
Yeah. So while he's on the conveyor belt to get smushed by the robot machine to get his robot arm, he puts all his clothes in the little, please place possessions here bag while he's in his undies on the conveyor belt. And the CEO of the Big Bad Corpo is seen walking on the catwalk and talking to his lieutenants. And he sees the conveyor belt come by, complaining about the quality of the people for his new Project Armstrong project. And he picks up the MP3 player that looks just like an iPod Mini or an iPod Nano. Like, that's old. That dates us now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it says, useless. It chucks it off over the edge of the railing right onto Chai's chest, who's several floors below him, ready to be operated on by the robots. And it falls square in the middle of his chest. And then the press comes down to press over him and start installing the robot arm.
Okay, so now he's part iPod.
Yes, so now he has an iPod core in his chest that is powering him and giving him musical superpowers.
Because that's totally how that works.
If it gives you superpowers, why was it useless?
Well, he didn't know that. They apparently didn't know this was something the technology could do. Because it seems to surprise everybody with his, quote, musical superpowers, unquote, that they say repeatedly.
I mean, if you get musical superpowers, you're probably going to be incredulous about the whole thing.
One of the lieutenants is a very Scottish redhead lady who has the thickest Scottish accent you've ever heard. There's another
Is it
character.
a real Scottish accent, or is it something that a Southerner would think is a Scottish accent?
It sounds like a real one, over-exaggerating it significantly.
Okay.
Like what I do when I really put on my draw, just to talk. That's hard to do on command. But
So it would be like if Fern talked like Steve Irwin.
yeah, it'd be like
I
Fern trying to talk like
do
Steve Irwin.
I just can't. Partly because I'll just cringe myself into a singularity before I manage it, but before that, it's...
But yeah, what you call it? She when you beat her boss fight, she goes, "Curse you and your magical superpowers or musical superpowers." And it's just the funniest thing in the world when she says it. And the standout character amongst the playable cast is your little metronome, which is a cat called 808. And so she follows you around with everything you do. And she's a little robot cat that turns into just her head to follow you and fly behind you, so she's tiny, so she doesn't take up your screen while she's being a metronome. And the world pulses as well, which is cute, so you don't even have to look at 808 to see the beat if you need to see it. And there's a special helper mode you can turn on by pressing select at any time to have the beat just appear on screen as a big old UI element.
Okay, that might make it easier for some people.
So there are accessibility there. And what you call it, 808 is just the most adorable cat in the world, and is whenever he's not being used as a telephone, because other characters will talk to him, he's just does cat things. And I won't spoil what happens in the very final boss fight, but 808 gets a crowning moment of awesome with a moment in that boss fight that makes the whole game worth playing just for that.
Oh, golem.
So yeah, that was quite good. Cinnamon is one of the other not playable characters, but helpful, friendly characters you have joined the Resistance. He's a robot that hangs out with the black guy, Macaron. And yes, everything seems to be named after food or condiments. So, and he's a robot with a face that is totally flat and static normally, with just two eye holes or eye lights on it, and is otherwise just a white rectangle. And so, to show emotion, he has a dry erase marker that he will just whip into existence. In fact, he has several of them, and use it to doodle a face on his face. Or when he wants to look cool, he'll doodle sunglasses and a goatee on his face.
It's been a while since there's just been a game that is just fun.
Trying to have
silly.
fun.
Just
And I think that's
fun and silly.
I think that is unfortunately the big standout thing with this game, is that such a rarity. This game would be a decent game in the past, when there were bigger, nicer AAA games, when most of the games that came out that year were finished. But the simple fact of the matter is, it's a game in a genre that is focused on gameplay, two genres that are focused on gameplay, and has just a fun presentation and gameplay, is a big reason to just give it a whole bunch of points. And unfortunately it does get the Resident Evil 8 argument of the game was done when I bought it.
Yeah.
And that is just worth too many points in this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of games now, they're either trying to be serious or broody, or if they're trying to be fun and comedic, they kind of go the other extreme, and then they end up very hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Do all the jokes land in Hi-Fi Rush? No. Are all the characters great? No. I could leave Peppermint. She's that blue hair really and shaved head really turned me off. But you know, the fact of the matter is the game is always aware of how silly it is and is trying to be a fun video game. And even if it doesn't succeed all the time, or succeed as well as something like Devil May Cry in character action, or something as well as DJ Max for rhythm games, it still does both competently and mixes them together into a fun experience that's a full 12 hours.
That's a good length.
Yeah, and so it gets a solid recommendation if that sounds like it's something up your alley.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem recommending it.
It managed to do character action without embarrassing itself.
Yeah, it put its own unique spin on it. It's trying something new, but the character action genre is a genre that is very welcoming to experimentation in general. We're used to gimmicks, and sometimes they turn out pretty good.
Preferably not Cheshire.
Yeah,
No, not
preferably not Cheshire.
Cheshire did not work.
No, I'm not sure who thought Cheshire was a good idea, but that person needs to be taken out behind the shed. With Cheshire.
Minecraft.
So yeah, I do recommend the game, and I think that's where I'll leave Hi-Fi Rush.
Honestly, it sounds like it's worth buying just to support the concepts behind it. Like, this is a game.
I know nothing about Tango, the company itself, so
yeah,
it could be. They could be the wokest company on the planet. I don't care. I'm not going to look into it. They released a finished game. I don't need to look into the company. If you release a good product, I will just buy your product.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be able to separate art and artist.
Yeah, well, these days I have to go out of my way to not support a whole bunch of silly woke garbage.
Okay, now we're paying for it.
Yeah.
No, this is normal. We've only got kicked out of the first room once.
I didn't even know you could get kicked out of the first room.
So yeah,
we figured it. Oh yeah.
Fun game. Good fun game.
Yep. So yeah, the rest of my time has just been spent doing housing stuff in Final Fantasy and attempting to get verdant partitions and eastern indoor ponds to turn the floor level of my top floor into water, so that I can have bridges going over it that lead to the basement and turn it into a little grotto. Mine is at the edge of the universe. My last one.
Yeah.
You got another map ball?
I'll just decipher it and see if it's in Galamont.
See what it is. Yeah. All right.
It's on the moon.
On the moon again. Back to the moon.
Yeah, moon's closer. Go to the moon.
Moon is, of course, closer than the edge of the universe. Yes.
Not actually sure where on the moon it is. Oh, it's in Sinus Tormenti, but looks.
All right.
So far east.
All right.
I'll just take us to the moon.
We can do a quick flick through the news, and then we can get out of here.
Did we check the email?
Yeah, there's nothing there today. No email. They don't love us.
I also have a gazelle skin map in this chocobo.
Oh, that was probably... We were doing treasure dungeons many, many months ago. Maybe a year ago. Ish. So, it was a long time ago when we were last doing treasure dungeons. So, maybe you still have it from then?
Could be.
Yeah. Alright. As far as news goes, there's been not a huge big jump. Although there is one little nugget that actually came out last week we didn't talk about. And that is E3's lost its last supporter.
Yep.
E3 had a supporter?
Well, hanger-on, I guess you could probably call it. So, previous years, Sony had left E3, Nintendo had left E3, now Xbox has.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You're already doing your own show at that point. Why would you have somebody else run it and impose their regulations on you when you just do it yourself?
Yeah.
Well, that's what everybody cooperates with Keighley.
Yeah.
That's because Keighley has kissed enough butts to make the media give them positive coverage.
So, yeah, this... as far as I can tell, they're still holding an E3 this year. But this might be the last one.
It might just be individual publishers now. It may not be big corpos anymore.
Yeah.
I'm actually thankful for that. I don't like taking notes on E3, and if all the companies are doing them on their own, it is possible they may spread them out by a few weeks, and I won't have to do the marathon, sit down, and watch all of E3 with
Oh,
notes.
no, they'll still cram it all into the 1 week.
Oh, they'll cram it all into the same window, but it doesn't have to all be on the same week anymore.
No. So, yeah, it's just come down, I suppose, to companies have realised that E3 is expensive, and
They're not getting anything for their money.
you're not actually talking to your target audience directly either. You're talking to the journalists, and the journalists don't matter.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised that they kept cooperating with E3 while also raining money down on quote influencers unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those two things are not compatible.
No.
Like the only use for E3 realistically was that influencers would watch E3.
Yeah. It would have been a different matter if E3 was still open to the general public, but it hasn't been for a long time.
20 years or something.
Yeah. When it first started, you could have people come in, buy tickets, and
Well, it was an actual expo.
it was an actual expo.
Yeah. It's had normie presenters, too. You didn't have, like, drunk Keanu... Well, drunk Keanu Reeves is pretty good, actually.
Drunk Keanu Reeves was a highlight. Don't knock drunk Keanu Reeves.
But you didn't have these well-tailored presentations with pre-recorded messages and all that jazz. It was just dudes coming up with, you can flip the crab over to attack its weak spot for massive damage.
In a highly realistic game.
Yeah, you could really make a game stand out at E3. Now it's all just the same manufactured trailers that we're used to by now. None of it has any zing or pop to it, and for a marketing exercise, that is exactly the opposite of what you want.
Yeah. Every now and again, they'll lower a car from the ceiling and then ratchet it straight back up again for no reason, and that's about your lot. All right. Look.
Burn roll in the loot. Anybody else got a map? Or are we on the last map now?
I think we're on the last
Gazelle
one.
skin map. We
I
can
mean-
see where the Gazelle skin map is.
The Gazelle skin map is going to be nowhere near the moon. We're going to the edge of the universe.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I think, we'll see an E3 this year, but after that... Actually, let me see. E3 2023. Let's see.
Did I overshoot it?
Yeah, it's still scheduled for this year. But
Dang.
who's gonna be there? Like, Devolver's basically there as a meme at this point. Well, they've always been there as a meme.
Devolver could have their own press conference and just run it in the same window as everybody else.
There's absolutely no reason they couldn't just stick that up on Twitch or YouTube or something. Yeah.
Honestly,
Or-
Devolver's panels tend to be useless anyway because they're just montages of indie crap that
Yep.
you know
Oops.
people
Yeah,
will
I've got
care
to
about
say.
once it's actually out in the wild and not until then.
They may be funny, but I never watched Devolver. Well, that's not true. I watched Devolver Live last time, but usually I don't watch Devolver Live. But they're a nice break when the other stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Did I go too far on autopilot while I was trying
Well,
to?
I
talk
stopped
and-
to kill marks.
That's an. You're fighting the A rank?
No, just regular marks.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's an A or an S rank on the way. That thing will like two-shot you.
Oh yeah, I'm not fighting that thing on my own.
That thing will might two-shot me.
Yes, those things hurt.
Well, probably won't two-shot me actually, but no.
Spaceship.
Where in this? Hang on. Where in this circle of thing? Oh, it's on the. Oh, this is the wrong. God dang it! So many circles on this map. This little holes in the ground.
Holes.
I'm looking for a batch of 4 of them, with the biggest one on the rightmost hole, on the northeast hole.
That's probably that island.
It's not the top island.
No, there's an island
Oh.
just a bit south of that.
Oh, this one that's conspicuously smack in the middle of the map on its own. Yeah, that's where it is.
That one. So yeah,
They put that there just to put a treasure map there.
maybe. There's probably a fate there as well.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah, Devolver's whatever. Devolver sometimes puts out cute little games called The Lamb's Cute. It's whatever.
Yeah.
They put out Fall Guys and a few other small things. But if we lose their presser and E3's over, it's not that big of a loss.
It's not that big of a loss. They'll probably just
They
put
can
a
just
shit-
partner with somebody else as a hour-long break in their presentation. Go partner
Yeah.
with Microsoft or something.
They'll just call it the annual Devolver shitpost and, go from there. Over here.
Or just have Nina hijack the broadcast.
I mean,
I'm
that's...
sure Keeley would be willing to lend a hand.
Yeah. So that's...
He's always
Yeah.
willing to
The other
lend a
things
hand.
is, like, the PC game show, which nobody ever watches either.
Bethesda?
Bethesda's part of
No,
Microsoft.
that under the Microsoft umbrella now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they won't be there.
Because they were one of the other big ones, right?
Yes.
Ubi?
Ubisoft will still be there. Being all...
Ubi could go in.
Does EA do theirs separately now?
Yes, they do as well. Usually, and the last few years anyway, since they started doing theirs separately, they've been doing it on the roof of the building across the street. It's like, you guys, stop. You're just taking the piss at this point.
No, I'm cool with that. I endorse this behavior.
It shows that there's someone at EA with a sense of humor still.
It
Does
sounds-
Blizzard
sound-
does Blizzard even have the money left to do BlizzCon?
No, probably not.
And what about the rest of the Activision properties? Where are they going to promote those?
Well, usually last few years they've tied them in with either Sony or Microsoft.
Yeah, usually Call of Duty gets either the Sony or Microsoft presser as its big thing. Let's see. What do we get in the chest? Nothing rollable, but a portal.
We got a portal.
Let's go get kicked out of floor 1.
Yay! The universe must rebalance itself.
I'm hoping it does, because I know the way luck works, and if you expend it too quickly, you run out for a while.
Yes.
I know what happened. It's because I had to spark Uzuki in Pinecone.
I see.
That's
But why did you need her? She's not very
I
good.
didn't. She was just the idol I started with in Cinderella Girls when I played it for like 2 years, and I wanted her. And I was
Okay.
it quickly devolved into a aware of sunk cost fallacy and don't care.
Just for a bit of waifu nostalgia.
Well, just because I have an attachment to the character. I wouldn't call her a waifu. She's not anywhere close to my favorite character in that game.
And she's incredibly bland and boring from what I've seen of her.
Yeah, she is the generic girl, but she's the one I started with because I didn't want Mio, and Rin was already Ava's waifu, so I kind of got Uzuki by default.
Oh dear.
There's nothing wrong with Girl Next Door playing Jane.
There's always a place for that.
It is a solid niche that I don't think needs to be disturbed.
Yeah. It's a classic for a reason.
I wish it would stay a classic and they would stop dyeing their hair blue and putting weird spikes in it.
Or shaving half of it off.
Yeah.
It's a weird
God, if Hi-Fi Rush's female lead didn't have that stupid haircut, I would give this game like a whole extra 1.5 points.
Anyway.
I'm just so sick of it.
So, what else
Ugh.
in news?
There's a little bit going on. What was the other thing I said I was going to talk about before we got distracted by getting the ridiculous treasure dungeon run we got?
FF? We could talk about that.
Was it Final
The
Fantasy?
candle.
Right, that was it.
Oh, the cheating!
Right, so I did a lot of extra digging in this because I found this hilarious. And I
That's
needed something to do at
cheating!
lunch.
Also, Yoshi P blowing his lid.
Well, yeah. I didn't watch Yoshi P's response to it, if he did a video response.
Well, no, it was a written one, but it was you could sort of feel the bite in the lines.
Yeah.
Like
Yoshi
he was
P
mad.
was
Like
not
he was
happy.
really mad.
Yeah, so what I gathered from researching past cheating events, those are about 50,000. I have some on my wall right now, actually. What I gathered from past events is it's been the North America EU side that's been caught cheating whenever they get a world first. And this is the first time in a major world first that Japan has got caught cheating.
After
And-
they got up on their high horse about it.
Yes.
And so this is probably weighs some in why Squeenix has suddenly taken the harsher position. Because the fact of the matter is, a Japanese company is going to care more about the Japanese people and what they're doing. And the fact that it was a JP guild means they can't just write it off as, oh, those
I
crazy
think
Westerners.
Yeah, I think that's to a certain extent the case, that the cheating could have just been written off as this foreign phenomenon done by, you know, the least elements of that society overseas. But now it's a homegrown problem.
Yeah. It is the fact of competition. It's one of the few things in that will be consistent pretty much anywhere you go. That if somebody can get an advantage by cheating, somebody's going to try it.
They're gonna do it.
Very few people have an honor code that'll stop them from doing so. Like, I detest cheating in general, and always have. When I call things like the cheater meter in Final Fantasy, I don't use them to do anything that would alter my gameplay. Just to get me information so I don't have to go to the wiki or use it or bust out a calculator.
Yeah.
Usually if I ask Ari to use it, it's like, why am I stealing aggro from this tank all the time? His gear is better than mine.
Yeah, and I rarely have it running actively when what we got in here. We got high quality Almasty Surge.
Almasty Surge? So
We got
Oh, it's literally rubbish.
No, the GP material though goes for a bit.
Yeah, GP's worth of it.
Really? Even though you can just like get tons and tons of them for your seals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, this is a
9?
free one anyway.
So
I'll
take the
take
free
it
one.
once. I'll take it once. Won't spend too much time on this one.
Alright.
Oh crap! I accidentally pushed it again.
Never
Free
mind,
one
it's
anyway.
free as well. Triple money!
We'll just take it.
Yeah, if that last one was any indication, if we keep pushing it, you're going to get shafted.
Yeah, take our money and run.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now this is front and center. People will cheat in any competition. Everybody knows this. Unless you put in safeguards to stop it, somebody's going to cheat.
I think a lot of people want to believe otherwise. Not everybody was a Yu-Gi-Oh judge.
Yeah, I was. I'm here to tell you, the amount of ways people would creatively find to cheat, if they put that energy towards anything productive, we would have solved every problem in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the way it usually goes.
I was raised in a very conservative household, in a very conservative area at the time, not anymore, and grew up with a very strict sense of fairness, and you play by the rules. If rules are set and you agree to them, you don't break them.
Okay, Girabanya next.
Alright, where's that?
So we can get rid of this old one. First we're going to work out where the heck it is, though. Where the heck is that? What is that?
It's been a while since
like
I've had a proper look at
there we
Girabanya,
go.
so I couldn't help you.
Porta Pretoria.
Which falls to teleport, but yeah. So cheating doesn't really cross my mind in this traditional sense, but I'm not opposed to bending the rules with things that don't give me a super big advantage. Stuff that'll just save me the effort of having to go to the other screen and Google something,
Yeah.
or to keep a spreadsheet up or open a tracker. Like if there's an overlay for that that'll make it able to be all done on one screen. That's just comfort. That's not effort.
Yeah, quality
I
of
still
life
have
tweak.
I still have to track it.
That's a big boy.
But these guys were not using those.
No.
They're not in trouble for just using a damage meter. These guys, when they streamed their kill, they didn't stream their kill. In fact, most World First guilds in this game are not streaming their kills, or World First racers were not streaming their kills. The big streamers were, but a bunch of the competitive guilds just flat weren't. And the reason for that...
That's relatively normal in FF, though.
Yeah. And so this raises the question, why are they not doing that? Well, it makes cheating easier.
Ooh, Portal.
And we saw just how blatantly they were cheating with this Dragoon. I wrote down everything he got caught with, just in the video he put out.
Yeah. Some of them
He
was
got
a bit
caught
very obvious.
He has a cooldown tracker plug-in to alert him whenever... we got the roulette one.
Oh.
He had a cooldown tracker plug-in that let him monitor his cooldowns better. He had a damage meter, which is an overlay, so not a plugin, but still technically a third-party thing. Zoom hacks, which let him zoom his this is the big obvious one. Lets him zoom his camera out as far as
Yeah.
And he had his camera so zoomed out he could see at certain points he could see the entirety of the Omega fight. And player hitbox markers that would read what an attack is in the game. This was a direct plugin in obvious violation, and generate a marker that is not standard for the fight to help identify what the heck's going on. So it was not just a little bit of cheating. It was
a lot of cheating.
It was brazen and blatant cheating. Oh, can this one do it too? This is the kick you out symbol, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But this is the first one.
It's got to be a troll for the very first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It control you too. Okay. Me and Abo tried the new roulette one from the Elpis maps, the new tier in Heavensward today, and it did the same thing to us in that one. What type of summon did it say it was?
Lesser.
Okay, so it gave us an elder summon, the big boy summon, when we did ours. The one that just constantly will occasionally summon a money dude at a certain percentage of his HP.
Nice.
Oh, I should have done this as Gunbreaker.
Oh.
Vol, you're gonna have to heal me.
It'll be fine. Fairy can handle it.
Could have brought my Dark Knight in here too. Oh well. How is the experience from these things? Actually, I haven't actually looked.
I have no idea.
Can't imagine it's that great. Nobody talks about doing them as a means of getting EXP.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, these bosses all are mostly sight readable, but some of them have the occasional wacky mechanic.
Whoops. Wasn't quick enough on that apparently.
I only have Clemency to help you, Fern. I don't have any instant cast things to heal you with at this level with new
That's
Paladin.
okay, I'm pressing buttons
Sacred Sword doesn't
either.
have a regen at this level, does it?
No.
Nope, my Sheltron doesn't either. Neither does my charge. My spellcasts are Holy Spirit, and that's it.
And I have
Eos can handle it.
I have a pepper grinder instead of my robot.
Oh, you got the Turpit?
I got a little turpit.
Expiation is still Spirits Within, so it doesn't hit AoE. I can't use it to tag mobs.
I love being able to go back and do old gear content, but losing all your buttons is always hard.
This is why I'm looking forward to the new Deep Dungeon, because the worst feeling in the new Deep Dungeon is how hard it is to play certain classes like tanks when most of the kit you're practicing with just ain't there.
Yeah. Leather clink to there. That's a word. Okay.
Yep. Oh, it's
I have no
another.
idea what that is.
It's another Feast or Famine loadout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And now we'd make party.
Oh, I'm gonna weave food.
Food weaving.
Yes. Still dancing.
Oh, come on. No. Oh, come on.
Maybe it controls again.
It
I mean,
might.
It could, but...
It trolls you on the wheel, and then it trolls you on the kick out.
We've got a lot of karma to work off, though.
Yeah, we do.
Nope, we're going in the hole. All right, back to the goblet. So yeah, the most blatant things were the player hitbox markers and the zoom hacks, and God knows what else he had. Because he was clearly not. He was clearly A-okay with using whatever he thought would get him an advantage, no matter how blatant it was. So, previously when this has happened, I don't think anything really has come of it in terms of in-game consequences for people other than a brief suspension. This time, however, they had their achievements stripped from their accounts, and they were taken to GM Island, put in timeout, and told to delete their weapon.
Yeah.
Because apparently, the theory is that characters can't function without a weapon, and GMs just don't have the authority to delete a weapon in a character's inventory because it may not be able to log back in.
Yeah, it's because of the way the game works.
Yeah, so
they had the weapons they just earned from that kill. They had to get rid of them.
yeah, so they had to delete their weapons, and they all got suspended.
Well, no, there were some people who didn't get suspended because they were beneficiaries of the cheating, but not cheating.
Right. It was a beneficiary that they did lose their weapon. They lost their weapon and
they lost everything. They lost everything that they got. Like it was as if they had never done the run.
Yeah. So they lost all their stuff.
Yeah. So and then suspensions were handed out, and as far as I know, the race is still on. To do it genuinely.
No, somebody got it. They got a world second.
Oh, they got it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who it was because the cheaters took up the spotlight.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that pricked up a lot of people's ears though was that the sort of Yoshi P hinting that this sort of behavior means it's not worth making the content.
Yeah. And furthermore, he said that they're going to have to give serious consideration to doing, what Blizzard does and making the Race to World First an event so that it can be watched properly. Yeah. I think that is the best solution. Because as much as the gameplay in Final Fantasy doesn't need the plugins, you're going to take a whole lot of people off. You remove them. Like, we'll all be fine. But the certain communities will be quite angry, and they are quite sizable in more ways than one. And cannot be sizable without those plugins. So you will get mad if you just outright ban them. But I think if you really care about this World First stuff, in the where technology is currently at, it is perfectly feasible to make it an event as the best compromise. And just have people need to stream it. Because they're going to cheat. You've made it a competition. And it's... I was a little eyebrow raising at his language when he said it's not worth doing the content, as though the world firsts are all that matter with this type of content. When I know he knows that isn't true. Because he made
I think that he was trying to say something provocative to underscore the importance of this being a fair event, because the reality is that most people probably don't take it seriously, because like you, they're just going to say, oh, well, of course people are going to cheat. But it sucks for the people making the product that they put all of this effort in and people just subvert it. Like, the only thing they're interested in is breaking the rules, not solving the puzzle that they've spent hours and hours and hours and hours fine-tuning.
Yeah, and I get that as the development team. I understand where Yoshipi's coming from. But the reason I don't think he meant the exact words that came out, or what they imply anyway, that they may just stop making Ultimate content, is because a huge chunk of they made Ultimates themselves to always scale to the current content, so they'll always be a challenge by their nature. So that at any time, anybody that hasn't done them yet can go up and learn to fight and do them. And it'll be like day one, and they're supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with the World First race. Now, what would be really hilarious is if a world... I really was hoping when I saw the World First got it, that a PS4 only team would get World Second.
That would be incredible.
That would be.
I would be very amused by that. It would be a Herculean endeavor.
Yeah,
but it would be very amusing.
It would be hilarious. But did not happen. It was just a regular raid group that I knew nothing about because I don't follow the hardcore scene in this game. I have looked at maybe doing some EXs, and that's and then said nah.
While I would love to do that content, it's just too much work, to put it bluntly.
Savage in particular, from the bit I've done with Abo, which is a more controlled environment where if one of you two people has to go, it's not that big a deal, and you know what you're getting into. So I can sit down and learn how to do content in silly ways, like learning the stupid Shinryu fight and how to 2-man it. But my retainer bell's behind my bar now, by the way, Fern, if you want to put your crap
That's
up.
covered down my retainer. I need to sit down and do a bit of babysitting, but I'm not going to do that on the stream.
Okay. I'm doing that right now, and now I'm putting up the new stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, the other part, of course, is when Yoshi P wrote that response, he was full on mad, so...
Yeah, like
Yeah.
He was all a flutter.
Yeah, and I get it. I get why he's mad. I understand that this is frustrating as a developer. You put so much time and effort into crafting that thing, so much time testing it to get it fine-tuned to make the world race competitive. But it is a competition, and you've got to take steps to stop cheating, or it's going to happen. And the best way,
The thing is that they have been taking steps, but people haven't been taking it seriously because they haven't made a song and dance about it. The reality is that behind the scenes, just outside of view of the public, they banned people left and right during Dragon Song, constantly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. They didn't make a song and dance about it. Yoshi P didn't make sort of like ominous hints that they were going to stop developing. They didn't think they needed to do any of that crap, and the result of them not making these sorts of overblown threats was that people didn't take it seriously.
Yeah. So they've got to find a way to deal with it. I don't know how they'll quite wrap it up in the end and get it all straightened out, but yeah, hopefully
I think
it
that,
doesn't intrude on the main game too much. The base game.
I think that generally
we all play.
speaking, people will take it a little bit more seriously now because this was a sort of a louder occurrence than we're used to seeing as far as announcing that these people have been banned. Everybody knows about it because the streamer part of the community was watching and streaming about what was happening, even if they weren't streaming attempts or anything like that. Like there's a lot more awareness just sort of floating around about, oh well, these are the consequences and they're very real. You can have that ultimate weapon in your hand, you can have that title, you can have that world first, and it can all be taken away from you. Like I think that people will take that idea much more seriously now that they've observed it happen in public.
Yeah. To a world first racer, if you get caught cheating and the worst you get is a suspension and your reputation hurt a little bit,
That's just another cost. That's just a tax.
Yeah, that's just a risk assessment. Are you going to risk getting caught with those punishments? But if you actually lose your accomplishment and have wasted all that time, and
it's the
that's
same
a bit
with
different.
There's the thing with fines, right? It's why fines are in a lot of cases a bad punishment for crimes is because a fine is just a means of restricting access to a particular activity to the people wealthy enough to pay the fine. If you think you can absorb the hit, then it's just no big deal.
Yeah, it's why financial penalties on companies are just cost risk assessments. Do you think you can get away with it?
I mean, look at Pfizer. They've paid more fines than anybody else on Earth
Yep.
in that sector.
Careful, statement of facts are even dangerous when it comes to that company these days.
It might not even be restricted to that sector. I think it's overall as a company.
Yeah, I think
more
it's
than anyone else.
I had read at one point that they had the most of any company, period.
That's kind of nuts.
And yet
yeah.
everybody just trusted them because they knew they could absorb that hit to their reputation, and they did.
Yeah.
And everybody trusts them to produce this, that, and the other pharmaceutical product I won't go into.
Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why fines are a bit of a problem, and why even the equivalent would be your short or medium suspension in an MMO. Okay. Yeah, you get suspended, but you've already got it. You've already had the attention you were doing it for to begin with. You still have all your rewards, and let the fire die down a bit and come back to the game after your reputation's recovered, and you can show off, hey, I used to do this. That's not a real punishment for somebody that was cheating, especially as blatantly as this guy. I don't know his actual name in game, but everybody's calling him Zumi. So
he has given us a lot of precious memes.
I dumped a bunch of them in VC shit posting if you want to go see those. But my favorite one I posted in show host, and I'll dump in live show chat, which is from Osborne Monastery, the sniper dude looking in through his lens like he does in that fight, except it's the zoomed out position of that dragoon.
Yeah.
Also, for reference, I found the video of that guy. Somebody grabbed it and uploaded it to YouTube once it got leaked. Because apparently he just shared this with people on Discord is how they got it. Because he was recording his attempts, even though he wasn't broadcasting
it was an analyst. One of their team's analysts.
Oh, right. I forgot about the whole ninth guy thing and the analyst stuff.
Because that's normal for world first teams, is that they'll have a team of analysts who are examining the mechanics so that they can develop plans faster.
So yeah. Let's see. Where is live show chat? There it is. There's the video of where it was blatantly obvious. They clipped the whoever uploaded this clipped the bit that's just egregious with the super zoom out. And you can see wacky looking hitbox markers that if you watch the whole fight normally are not there.
Yeah.
Or don't appear that way. So while it could be a reshade thing, people are saying it looks very much like they used a known add-on for that, or known plugin for that. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm kind of surprised the Final Fantasy community in Japan. Well, I'm not sure what I'm surprised about. Whether it's Yoshi P's response at finally doing something about it, or the super tone he took with it. Because he hasn't. It's just out of character.
This is very much the I've had it up to here with this bullshit type of thing.
Like,
but I think he kept quiet all through Dragon Song and put up with it. We'll just ban them in the background. It'll be fine. We'll just keep banning them. They'll learn their lesson eventually. No, they didn't learn their lesson, and he lost his shit. Yeah,
we've gone from dad, I'm not angry at you, I'm just disappointed, to, all right, son, bend over. I'm going to get my belt off. is the tonal shift here. May or may not have personal experience with that tonal shift. Many times. I was not a good kid. Yeah. But yeah, that's where it be with that story. Pretty much has died down by now. It mostly took place as a firebomb in the middle of the week. That's now over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know what to make of it personally. I just hope it doesn't impact the normal game, because even if they go as far as to ban plugins completely for me, that won't really impact my experience. Oh no, I won't be able to go practice on a training dummy. Oh no, for content that I don't need to be doing max damage for anyway. It's just something I like to do.
Just to make sure you're not the worst one on the team.
Yeah, just to make sure I'm actually doing it correctly and I'm not missing something when something feels off usually.
Yeah.
But oh no, I have to bust out the Eureka Tracker website instead of having it on the same screen. Ooh.
Oh no.
Such a blow. Such a blow.
Alrighty. The only other little bit of news is probably the wind down, I guess, of the whole Wizards of the Coast thing.
Was there anything that happened with that? I didn't see any specific news.
Nothing in particular. People are kind of letting the information soak in. There's been kind of enough time for the shine of victory to wear off, and yeah, everyone's basically come out and said no, don't trust them.
You know, like any sensible person would tell you.
Yeah, exactly. And there's still a lot of people out there who've decided to stick with, you know, whatever new system they've discovered. So, yeah. The only other thing is I did find the number of cancellations for D&D Beyond, and it was 75,000. It may actually be higher beyond that too.
Yeah, usually when it comes to these reported numbers, if it's an independent report, they don't have a way to gather all the data, so it's either an extrapolation or just the numbers they do have.
Yeah, it's a bit of a guesstimation.
And if you're extrapolating in a situation like this, for this particular situation, I would lowball it if it was me doing the extrapolation, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. yeah, it kind of hit Wizards in the pocket, but the damage has already been done. People are not going back.
Yeah, that's a lot of lost subs.
As a lot of lost subs.
Okay.
I'm going to be cancerous and undercut an 8 million gil item by 1 gil.
Yes!
Oh, please don't. That's mine.
Match it then. Match it.
I will set up a tacit agreement to match friends. Oh wait, that's not me. The guy with the 8. So I'll put it 1 gil below him at 8,299,997. So 8,200,999,997 997 gil, and you can match me on that.
Alright, beyond all that, I think that might be it for the week.
Yeah. I feel like there was another small newslet, but it in the sheer scope of the other stuff we talked about and how big it impacted the news, whatever it was, it's just flown out of my brain.
Yeah.
Because we play Final Fantasy actively right now, it kind of, the cheating thing kind of took up all my my gaming reading. Because I wanted to see just how deep this rabbit hole went.
And it turns out, it did.
Incidentally, there is a companion Reddit to the Final Fantasy Reddit that is not run by Squeenix called ShitpostFFXIV. If you want to go see some saucy memes whenever drama happens.
The sauciest of memes.
I would be careful. Their top post is still a post of the adventurer plate with the guy grabbing a sausage.
I mean, they tried to fix that by making sure the adventurer plate showed the player's face, but that just meant people got even more creative.
But now you have the problem of, like, the Miqo'te when you do the weapon pose animation. You can pause it at some cool points that would look good for Bard and stuff, but they do a little twirl.
Yeah, so they'll be facing the wrong way.
Yeah, so the camera doesn't quite know what counts as the front of your character, because it's not just your face. And that guy had his face in the portrait, it probably would have counted. It gets burned into your brain. When you see it just in a brief glance and go, ugh, and close it, it doesn't leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah. Oh, also, we figured out the adventure plates of Final Fantasy have been updated with achievement rewards that have come out.
Have they been updated to be fixed?
No.
No, the adventure plates, not portraits.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'll pop it up here.
So,
actually.
like,
let's see.
So,
Why haven't they been fixed?
yeah, before I don't have one for my Reaper Glamour because I made my Mechanist before my Reaper.
Yeah.
But I'll show you a snippet. This picture comes with a snippet from my adventurer plate when I was taking pictures to send to Fern of my Mechanist Glamour in live show chat.
They've added all of these little guys down here, which is all, not all of them, but a good amount of... Oh, Littlefoot was one of them too. There you go.
Oh, you got the Littlefoot pet and he gave you one? Yeah, collecting certain pets, doing certain achievements, killing certain enemies will unlock little accents you can put on your thing. And because something otter related I did, I have the otter, so I got him on my adventurer plate.
Yeah. Is it just the accents, or are there other bits and pieces?
Right now, the only unlockable stuff for the other bits of your portrait and adventurer plate, I think, comes through PvP and collectibles that you buy and use, like a physical item.
Yeah. So hopefully that gets expanded a bit more.
So, like, I have in my my portrait there, that's the gold rating for Season 1 background in PvP.
Yep.
On my adventurer plate. So you can unlock stuff like that, but that's all PvP related.
Just can't be bothered with it. I don't have enough free time. I mean, there's often things from PvP that I would like to get, but I don't have the time to sit down and grind them. I just don't.
And it is rather tedious, let's face it.
Well, Crystalline Conflicts, if you could queue with just 2 people in an unranked duo queue.
But,
that would be okay.
Ultimately, we know full well that would break it.
Yes, it would, unfortunately.
It would break it in casual play. But if you left it unranked, I wonder how big of a deal that would be.
No, because people enjoy making other people suffer too much. That would become the whole game. Would be the 2v2 meta. Like I'm 100% confident that the regular play would fade into the background. Everybody would consider it to be mandatory to go in with somebody else, because otherwise you're gonna have a bad time.
But yeah, I like doing Crystalline Conflict, but it's hard to put myself in the mood for it or find myself in the mood for it because it's solo queue only.
Yeah.
I did the grind to gold once and accidentally got gold in season 2 just because when I went on a ridiculous win streak on Ninja. And I have not done the PvP grinding Crystalline Conflict since then. I've been getting all my season rewards by just about once every 3 days able to go, hey, you want to do your front lines? Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Does Apo have the Great Serpent of Ronka on his plate?
Yes, he do.
He do.
You even have to ask. The second I told him, oh, you can put an otter on your adventurer plate, he said, what? I wish they added Great Serpent. And I'm like, yeah, you can. He's literally right above the otter in the list. He changed it before I even finished the next sentence.
So yeah, we should start wrapping up then.
Yep.
Alright, I have a lot of work to do, unfortunately.
Alrighty. Closing comments on the stuff going on.
Yeah. I don't have
All
any
right.
comments at this point because, yeah, there's really been nothing that's been going on.
Thank
We
you
all
to the
paid.
FF14 cheaters for providing us with all these delightful memes.
Yes.
I hope that you suffer and rot for your crimes.
Thank you to our personal cheater at Square Enix that let us catch on camera 16 floors in a row.
Yeah, what? That's unbelievable. I could not believe
there
that
is-
happened.
There's video proof it happened.
That's crazy. It's
Like
crazy.
one in 22 maps will usually get you to the end. We got
And then
3
everyone
in a row.
afterwards, we couldn't get past the second one.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal. I usually get kicked out at room 1 or 2, and if I make it to 3 or 4, that's a nice bonus. Getting to the end is rare. I've done it once before today.
Yeah. Also, whoever at Square Enix decided the spirit animal from the Machinist was a parrot, why? Just why?
Because machinists are basically, they are gunners, and they are cowboys, and they are tinkerers, and they are pirates, and they are every other thing that could possibly use a gun. That all
Yeah.
been rolled into one class.
Yeah.
Instead of having a separate gunner class, which would have actually made people happy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I made mine a cowgirl, just to commit to one aesthetic. And I like cowboys.
I could just dress as a robot, I suppose. The late Halligan
Fern's
said.
still, yep, Fern's still in my house, I'm coming back in my house.
I'm not. I'm looking at glamours, or potential glamours.
So, yeah.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Alright, folks. We'll see you next week. Sayonara. Bye-bye.